Flow like, we let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. Check it. Just let the incredible pedal to metal groove. Start that over. Just let the incredible pedal to metal groove settle in your vessel smooth. Effervescent medicine for veterans groove. The higher the level, the bass and treble, the better the groove. The flyer the soul, lace with rhythm, the better to move to. The groove's just destined to be. And you could question James Brown about the 1 and 3. Here's a lesson, the downbeat rocks definitely. And the third's just as live to provide the swing. Your head vibes, cause it's not a thing. The mind's time and life's infinite vibe is designed in sync. The groove got your eyes knowing when it's time to blink. Mind flowing when it's time to think. So what's groove? Groove is ooh. Groove is Groove is man. Groove is I don't know the lyrics, but that's my jam. Here with the grooves, the spirit of music. I am with groove. Therefore I am my man. Woman, you got to groove. What have you got to lose? Get it and go. Stop, drop, and groove. Music's the key that unlocks the groove. Stop the groove, impossible. Groove's locked to you. Already got you. Not feeling it? Not the truth. Why? Cause even mom and pops boogie to the rock and groove. It's the groovement. Come on, lose the shoes, run on. The music's the soothing lubricant, and you can slide on in. So let's go. We let it flow like We let it flow like, we let it flow, letting it flow. Say flow like, we let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. Welcome to the AP morning show like this. I'm happy to see y'all as always. I hope you're happy to see me too. It would mean a lot to me if you do. But as always, we stand here every morning as accountability partners. And so I'm looking forward to doing that together once again. So I want to invite my friends to the stage, Tanisha and also Dr. K if you like. And if not, by all means, continue to hang out and enjoy. I can never get this lighting right. Let me see, maybe if I turn down the dimness of my phone. There we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. I needed to turn down the brightness of my phone. Every live, meet my Clubhouse fam. Yes, here we are. Welcome to the AP Morning Show. We about to get this thing started. I'm gonna say what's up to Tanisha. And anybody else who'd like to come to the stage, by all means. And if not, continue to enjoy. Tanisha, nice to greet you. Before I would say nice to meet you, but that time is over. Now it's just time to meet you one more morning. Good morning, Tanisha. How are you this morning?
Good morning, man. I'm good.
Yes. You are. You are. It's so good to see you as always. You know, when we got started, I was getting my oatmeal in and my oatmeal ready. And so now it's so good to say you. Good morning, Dr. K. How are you too? Dr. K, yes. Thank y'all for hearing.
Good morning, Tanisha. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing well. Yes. Over the hump now, getting ready to move over getting over the hump now. I'm on a downslide, getting ready for Friday. You know, Tanisha, you on your way to work? You driving? You getting that morning drive on?
I am driving.
I was like, I cannot be late today. I shall not be late. I shall not.
And you saw me, right?
I sure did.
Opened it up. I was like, it's okay now.
Right.
Okay.
I was thinking about you while I was stirring my last bit of my oatmeal. I was like, this oatmeal, this thing better boil faster. And all of a sudden it started boiling faster. I was like, well, goddamn. Yup, so I am here. I am, as you see, live and in effect. So what did you think of that first tune that I played? That was the first song I played, for those that just came in, that was On My Way. It's a song that I wrote. Wait a minute, let me look at this file. I think this file might tell me the date. I wrote this about 4 years ago for my group Fruition. And Sanahata Amachandra, that was who the vocalist was. I wrote the lyrics, wrote the music, and that kind of thing. I don't know if you've seen my good brother Craig Austin. Sometimes he comes through, sometimes hangs out with us. but he was the horn player on it, and one of the horn players, and so yeah, it was just a good flow. What'd you think about that?
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it. I was in Sanahara's room before you
Nice.
before coming to the ABC show. So I really enjoyed her voice.
Right.
It definitely does something for me. But I must say the scaling in that joint is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I do enjoy that. I used to, my brother and I used to partake in this event in Miami called Speak Fridays. And it was really dope. It was poetry, it was jazz, it was anything. It was like an open mic spot, but like real talent really came through, and it kind of took me back to that time when I used to hit the stage. And I was like, oh yes, I'm in that vibe. So you brought back some memories for me.
Wow.
So I really enjoyed it.
Wow. What did you say that was called? It was called what Fridays?
It's called Speak Fridays.
Gotcha.
They still have it, but they've taken it to another level. And sometimes when you do that or kind of commercialize like spaces like that, it loses something. And people are still attending and going, but like the core of people that really found that space to be safe.
Right.
It kind of like dwindled on that end, but they still host it, and I heard it's doing okay, not as well as it could have been just because of like that organic talent that was coming through.
Right.
But oh man, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was like, a dope vibe inside during the show, and then when we would have breakout, everyone would be in the parking lot just sharing work that they haven't even, released yet, or even, their
I'm losing you a little bit. You still there, Tanisha?
I'm not.
One more time, Felicia. You're breaking up a little. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Felicia. One more time, Tanisha. You're breaking up a little bit on the end.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. It was only like the last 15 seconds of what you said got jumbled up.
Oh man.
Okay, I heard you say, "Oh man." I heard.
It's because I'm on the highway.
Oh, it looks like I can hear you clearly now. It looks like it was just a bad spot. Yeah, it was just the last 15 seconds of what you said. I heard once you got up to you all being outside in the parking lot, or people out in the parking lot, and just sharing their stuff, and just the vibe continuing there.
Yeah. So I was just saying like that her song definitely took me, to that space, to that vibe. I was like, okay, I started like thinking about, okay, where's all my old work?
So
but yeah, I really enjoyed that.
So are you a vocalist, a poet? What actually? How were you sharing in that series? What's your creative thing?
I shared through poetry.
Through poetry, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was like in my college, during my college days, and yeah. I was definitely writing.
Right.
Slam. It was dope. It was so nice.
Is that when you started, or you've been writing poetry for years?
Ooh, I was for a long time.
Right.
For a long time. So I would say probably the earliest that I started writing anything would be elementary.
Right.
So that was like the earliest that I started, maybe probably 4th or 5th grade.
Right.
Is when I really, started to tap into it.
Right.
And back then I was kind of, performing everybody else's work,
right.
my Angelo and things like that. But after performing that, I started writing my own. I was writing music at that time.
Right.
So, yeah, like, it was always a part of me. That's why I was like, oh, this is the vibe right here. Like, definitely taking me to that time, and I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. It brought back some really good memories.
Yeah, no doubt. I started writing poetry around the time I was like, I would say about maybe 8, between 7 and 8. I can't remember the first piece of poetry I wrote, but I know that it has something to do with writing something for my beautiful mother. My mother was the first person that really showed me that I had a gift for lyricism and rhyme and rhythm, because the way that she would praise the cards that I would write for her, like, you know, I would give her a Mother's Day card and I would write a little poem in it. And I just remember I remember how she responded and reacted to it. And when I think back on it now, it wasn't like she was just responding that way because I was her kid, you know, and she was just, you know, just being over the top with it, you know, in a positive way. She really did see talent, you know, and I remember the same way that she responded to me then is the same way that people respond to me now when they hear my music or when they hear me play the piano or something like that, you know. And so, yeah, I just remember that. And I remember, and I think about this because it takes me back to like the seeds of like what matters to a person, what matters to a child, when it comes to self-image, when it comes to self-awareness. You know, I'm grateful for a mother that helped me to be self-aware, by doing everything from that to exposing me to different things, education, taking me to museums, putting me in theater arts and sports, baseball and stuff like that. And my mother just has been always supportive in that way. You know, I think one of the things that gave her a benefit was being a school teacher and, you know, being someone who was used to being around kids in a way and nurturing them from that perspective. But I just remember the feeling that I got, because it made me look at I didn't think anything of it when I wrote the words. Like, I'm just writing from my heart. But when I looked at it again after she mentioned it, it gave me a different sense of looking at it. I started seeing my creativity, and it's just interesting to me as I think about it, because I'm like, if it weren't for her saying that, then I might not have known that I was creative. So it opened up that process. And then from there, before you know it, a couple years later, I'm starting to write rap lyrics. You know, I'm starting to become a lyricist and become really vivid on that tip. And, you know, with positive lyrics and that kind of thing. And then that would just continue to open me up, you know. So, yeah, that was my intro to my creativity, you know. And so I'm always fascinated when I hear about other people who write poetry or who started writing at a particular time, because I'm always fascinated with what that process was like for you. Writing poetry is different than, you know, any other kind of writing. I mean, we're used to writing down things for different purposes, everything from reminders to writing essays or writing papers or writing questions and answers or taking notes. But poetry, you know, this is one of those creative processes where when your pen or your pencil hits that page, like, it's a whole different kind of flow and feeling, you know? So do you remember like some of like the early poetry that you wrote, or like your first piece or anything early? Do you recall it in your memory, or is it like, not that I'm putting you on the spot, but like, do you recall, does it stay with you like that? Or, you know, is it one of those things where now you have to like kind of revisit it and read it?
Ooh, so some like, if I revisit,
Yeah.
and I go over like maybe the first couple lines,
Yeah.
I could go through the whole piece.
Right.
Because, you know, whenever you're doing slam or, you know, doing a performance, my brother, the reason why I really got into writing is because my brother was a ghostwriter.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a lot of writing, and him and I are 10 years apart.
Yeah.
So his style of writing and the things that he did was, completely different. And although I'm considered young, or, what you know about that type of, conversation, it was because of him. That was the only person I had to look up to. So I learned so much from him, but he was the one that once I hit the stage for the first time, I was up there shaking with my phone, and he was like, yo, nah, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. And he had definitely made me one of the dope, not to all for him, but he definitely groomed me very well to go on stage and really serve. It was really crazy, because if you ask anyone in Miami about me, they would most definitely say, when you see me sitting versus seeing me on stage, you would think it was two different people.
Yeah.
And I know I have a few YouTubes. I'll share one with you.
Okay.
So that we could check it out. But yeah, it's been a minute. And I think because of the conversation, I'm just go ahead and dabble a little bit and see what happens.
No doubt.
I think that's it.
No doubt. So yeah, I definitely I appreciate that. I have not literally written poetry in years, until recently, where it was specifically poetry, where I was that was what was in my head, and I knew that the words that were coming through were poetry. I'm gonna actually read one that I wrote recently to you. I think I wrote this it was only a couple months ago. I haven't even given a title, but so it's simple. Look high, dream big, open-eyed, and a will to live. I'm gonna take that from the top because I want to put it right on the beat. So check this out. Look high, dream big, open-eyed, and a will to live, to thrive, to soar, to reach forevermore, to strive, to grow, to glide, to know that the sky only looks like a ceiling of blue until you press through the molecules. And then you realize the sky isn't even the limit. Infinite possibilities. Go get you some of them. You deserve it. Just a little simple one for motivation. Most people don't realize that the sky is not actually blue. Right. That's one of those ones where when you're an adult, I've had a few things that were like this, where when you're an adult and you learn about it, and you almost embarrassed to say oh damn, well, all right. But if you're like me, you're not at the same time. It doesn't fucking matter. You're just oh hell yeah, new information. But yeah, most people don't know that the sky is not actually blue, just how it appears. It's actually clear. And so that's one. Here's another one for you. I wrote this 4/24/20, 4 days before my birthday. 4/24/20. Her eyes are penetrating. Her stare is deep. Her skin tone is deeper. Even glows in the dark. There is motion in her stillness and communication in her silence. She is the Black Mona Lisa. Wrote that on 4/24/20. And here's one more. I'm going to say the other one for later. The art of presence is her superpower, but at times the source of her pain. However, acceptance is the ally superhero that will scoop her up, rescue her, and see her through. I'm gonna save a couple more for later. I got like one more. I'm gonna save it later. And it's real simple, but I'm gonna save it for later. I'll give you a hint. The hashtag for this last one is sapiology. So if you're a sapiosexual out there, for the sapiosexuals out there, last one, sapiology, a hashtag that I came up with. Right. Sapiosexuals in the house. If there's anybody else that's here as well, y'all know, make sure you mention it when we flow. Yeah, Tanisha, so that's just a couple. I have literally like not written an actual poem in years, but like recently, boom, it just started coming back out of me again.
Yeah, that's dope. I always enjoyed that creative space.
Right.
You know, definitely that space that I just, you know, you can really be free, and especially if you have the right people around. You
right.
know?
I do. And you know, that's the thing. That's the thing. Even as you sighed like that, even if you sigh, like, I feel you, because that's really what it is, you know. And I almost feel even in that, like, it's like, man, you kind of miss that, you know, when you have had that, you know, you miss that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing like that creative space. It's nothing like the people around you and the environment that like sparks that creativity. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
100%. So cool. How you feeling this morning? Otherwise, you feeling pretty good in the hood?
Oh, I'm good.
All good in the hood.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm dwelling.
I like that. I like that.
I'm dwelling in that space, man. I'm just, you know, taking every day to be intentional. I think we talked about it before, finding that harmony, that balance.
Right.
And I'm just like taking it day by day.
Day by day.
Sprinkling a little bit of fuck it every now and then, and keeping it going.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. Prepared to fly to Florida this weekend to take a week just to chill. Still gonna be here on Clubhouse every morning, but gonna take a vacay to chill. Hopefully put my feet in some more sand. I got a chance to put my feet in the sand one time in 2020. One time. Now, I ain't complaining. I'm happy actually about that. Like I'm celebrating that. In fact, you all will see the video that'll be up today. It's a very short one. You'll see it on the IG page and as well as everywhere else if you're with me on FB Live. Hey. And you'll see it there. But I got a chance to put my feet in the sand last day of 2020? It might have been the last day of 2020. And it was great. I also got a chance to draw in the sand, and that was good too. And so I drew. When you see the video, I won't give it away now, but I drew what I felt like was the most appropriate thing to draw while I'm by the water, and it had to do with water and one of my absolute favorite icons in the entire universe. And so you'll see that today because I'm actually going to put up a short vid, but I'm doing well. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to continue to give myself what I need in order to stay even keel. I'm continuing to remember that we're in a regridding time right now. So that means I get a chance to redesign my life and redesign my time and those kind of things. And, you know, Tanisha, I tell you, that's what's keeping me grounded. You know, there's this concept of romanticizing the past, and you know, many times we do it because it's just a part of who we are. In fact, from a brain and psychology perspective, I mean, we need that ability. It's how we make future decisions. It's how we make our in the moment decisions. But what I've been focused on now is making sure that I don't romanticize too much our past life. I believe in past lives. And I don't even have to go past this life to talk about it. It's literally that everything has been rearranged. And when you have patterns and neural pathways that are rearranged because patterns change, then this is a past life by all means. Because your body, if you notice, and this is why I'm here every day, if you notice, we have different things going on. We have anxiousness, we have some anxiety that we're dealing with, some excitement, some even overwhelm as far as positivity and all these good things. And I realized that this is all due to the process of regridding and our bodies and our minds being in shock in a way. We didn't develop the patterns that we had overnight. These were years and years and before we got here. So yeah, so right now, Tanisha, as like last year, I'm still in that place called flow, and I'm still allowing myself to accept and be excited about the regridding and the things that are different now than before. I wasn't hosting a morning show for 3 hours before. I didn't have street serenades, taking my piano outside all around the community and around the states and everything. I didn't have that before. Totally different palette. But the more I accept and settle into that, the better I am every single day, Tanisha. So that's how the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. Where in Florida are you coming?
I'm going to be in, Tallahassee, actually. I'm going to be in Tallahassee for about a week. Yeah, you in now? Excuse the the head, not the heart. If you're not in Florida, are you?
I am in Florida. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. What part again? Was it Jackson?
I'm in Miami.
Miami. Okay, so I may very well be. I'll keep you posted. I'll definitely keep you posted. I may very well be taking a trip down to Miami. I may very well be. Yeah, it might be in the plan. So I will definitely keep you posted, and I would love to see if I'm close to you. I would love to meet you. I know I'm going to meet you, period, in life, like soon, period, because I have an investment in meeting everybody here, and that's for damn sure. You could bet your bottom dollar on that shit. But but yeah, this week though, I'll definitely on that tip. I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, for sure. But that's how I'm doing though, and I'm happy this morning because I get another opportunity to hang with my beautiful accountability family. And, that's what it is. And the fact that I was on time and I was making my oatmeal and my oatmeal boiled faster because I knew knew that we had to be on time for you, Tanisha. Like real talk.
No, but like how do you, now that you really, I mean, you obviously knew that it was going to be a dope space, but now that you're experiencing the dope space that you've created, how does it feel to know that you created it?
Are you talking about this space right here, this space particularly? I tell you, Tanisha, it's like, it's confirmed. Yeah. I tell you, Tanisha, the reason why you hear me so amped every day is because it's basically like reincarnation. So what I mean by that is like, this space is like a duplicate of like what I keep doing over and over on social media and the different platforms. And what happens is it's almost like one of those things where I have this saying where I say, have you ever met yourself all over again for the first time? And all I really mean by that is this beautiful process of the cycle, right? And so this is like a repeat, but it's like I come to this space with a knowledge. It's not like the first time where you're like, you have a decent hope, you have a decent like strong feeling about it, but like you've never experienced it. So when it happens, you're like, wow. This time it's like I'm coming both with the intention and the excitement, like it's the first time all over again. I mean, the knowing and the experience. So the way that it feels is dope as fuck because I enjoy variety. So with this opportunity to be able to talk directly to you, Tanisha, as opposed to read your chat text and it'd be like, oh my gosh, she's so nice. Let me write her back. Let me tell her how I'm doing. It's like freaking amazing. And I still have yet to actually tell my audience. Like, there's a few people that know just from being on FB Live with me and being on my Facebook page every day. But like the majority of my audience is like, they don't know yet. And what I do is I get into a space. I first consume that space at the deepest level. And then what I do is start devising my master plan. And then I start putting the master plan in effect. And through patience, I allow it to flow. And then when the time is right, then I let everybody know. And so this has been like an incubator phase for meeting and establishing deep and beautiful relationships with people like yourself. Because in a few days, that bottom of that screen is going to be like one of those ones where you just like have to keep thumbing, because all my peoples from around the world will be here with us. So I feel amazing, Tanisha, because of the fact that I'm reincarnated again in a new space. And my family that I'm creating here is potent. And I'm about to bring the rest of my family in, and which we'll be talking about a little bit later in the alva later. Clubhouse hasn't even released, of course, as you know, to Android or the rest of the world yet. So that's greater fam. That's my greater family. It's just, I'm excited, Tanisha. I could literally go on and on, but you'll see not only how I feel about what I say, but what happens in this space, like over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be kind of crazy, especially if they release a new update. And they've been saying they're working hard on the Android peeps. Oh my gosh. So I'm happy. I know I keep talking about it, but Tanisha, it feels absolutely amazing to be reincarnated in this space. Yes.
Let's go. Yeah.
So I appreciate you asking about that, because I love to share, and like I said, I love to have you here, and so I appreciate you. It's always good to catch up with you. Super good morning to you. Super good morning.
I really enjoy it. Thank you. Look at Marcy.
Yeah, Marcy.
I have been looking for it. Since she talks, that I definitely feel something. I just feel like, yeah, talk to me again.
I know, right? It feels so comforting. It's like, you feel so assured.
It's fun. It's
right.
Fun, but it's comforting. I'm like, yes. It reminds me of and I always said this. I was like, I want to be like a Felicia Rashad, like that love vibe, but don't get me twisted. Type of woman, and she definitely gives me that vibe, and I love it.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you were here. It was one day, maybe last week, but it was at least about a week ago, a couple times ago in conversation, and Marcy was here, and I was like, Marcy, you know who you really remind me of when I hear you speak, and it's that like solidness and that love. I was like, you remind me of Queen Latifah when you speak. Like it's that. Yeah. And I've always been a Queen Latifah fan, UNITY days, whole nine, yeah. So I totally agree with you on that. Hopefully we might be afforded the beautiful opportunity to hear Marcy's voice this morning. It looks like we will be. See? Everybody, one more time, I just want to say welcome to the AP Morning Show. And I'm so glad that you all are here with us today. My peeps, we all are here. And OMG, it always starts off wonderfully. I want to say hello to my FB peeps too. In fact, I got you guys on Zoom, so unlike when we were in StreamYard, I cannot see the chat, which blows me. I hate that shit. It's just like I gotta feel the people. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my other phone and I'm gonna go and see who is hanging out. I got a couple people hanging out. Hello, good morning to you. And let's say a good morning. Let's say a good morning to Delia. Delia, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, I'm good. Enjoy coming on the porch side.
Yes.
Real nice. We were kind of vibing in the same way recently because I did just think to myself, and I didn't bother writing it down. I'm like, I don't know, something about the sky. The sky is not.
Right.
On a separate line, I said blue.
Nice.
It's not.
Nice.
But and on the other tip,
I did post a short story. You were right. Medium is nice. And on the vibe, you know, we literally renew ourselves about every 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Key organs renew even more frequently. And in my short story, the characters are aged at 7-year intervals.
Wow.
So, vibe. Yeah.
That's so dope.
I just wanted to say, I appreciate that you give me advice that I could actually take.
Right.
You know, you feel so bad when people believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
And they know your potential, but the thing that they're waiting for and seeing is like so far away.
Right.
And you feel like you're letting them down every day that you're not there.
Right.
And even the people who are helping you are trying to get you. You know, people. I used to have people that I would visit, and they would look at my novel chapters.
Right.
And then when I fell off, I would feel shame, and you know, it would hurt my relationships with them because I was like, oh, you know, they've been helping me, and you know, they're expecting this novel. So it feels so good to just have simple advice that I can actually follow. I haven't let anyone down, especially myself.
Right.
So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You were so right.
Oh my gosh.
In your consultation, and yeah. Thank you so much.
Wow. Delia. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, I do what I do and I have no doubt about it. But I always say, and this is one of my original quotes, you all can see it going on the new Aaron Hill revealing mug series. This is going to be one of the mugs, and I'm holding it up right now. And if y'all aren't connected with me on FB, just look for me at Aaron Hill TV. Aaron Hill TV, and I'm showing the mug, trying not to waste this shit because I just poured me some nice turmeric tea. But let me tell you, one of my statements that's going on the mug is that when amazing things happen in life, when monumental things happen, I am never surprised, although I am always amazed. And I'm never surprised because I set out these intentions already knowing the outcome. You know, y'all know my manifestor's in the room. Y'all know how it works, right? When you set that intention with the outcome in mind already, and you know that outcome is assured, the manifestation process happens and happens even faster and faster and faster. So, Delia, you couldn't affirm me in a better way. And I say that because of the fact I pride myself on not just being a good consultant or a person to give a good advice. I pride myself on finding the right advice for the person right where they are, the thing that allows them to feel successful, the thing that allows them to feel like this is reachable, this is attainable, because there are so many people that will say different things to you that are all good ideas, but they don't know that they're actually not giving you the right ideas for the right time. And in many cases, they don't actually know that they are hurting you more than helping you, because you have to be more sensitive when it comes to those type of things. So I love helping people to get out of their head, out of that analytical phase, out of overthinking it. I love to help people to feel like, oh man, I can do that. Like all these other things, it feels a bit overwhelming, but this I can do. And when I find that one place, I link that with that person, and then I tell that person, remove everything else out of your vision and just focus on this and focus on opportunity over obligation. So for you to come back to say that allowed for that breakthrough, for you to just flow and allow it to come out, you could not have affirmed me better. I knew it when I said it, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. To hear you affirm it, it just means the world to me. So that's one thing. We're going to keep going with that. I'm going to keep on I study people. I have the benefit of growing up and getting the education and exposure, being taught how listening is important, and then being a trained musician, and then getting ear training. My ear training is not only music, but I'm ear trained in audio engineering and acoustics. And then I studied psychotherapy and psychology and all these things. So I hear on a different level. So I like to listen closely, hear where a person is, and be like, I think I know what will work for them. So Delia, kudos for your follow through.
And, you know, yes, just because it was doable does not mean it was easy. Can I tell you that going downstairs, because, you know, I had to wait till nighttime.
Right.
I put my kids to sleep.
Right. Going
downstairs to do that final edit and put it on Medium. Mm-hmm. When I tell you it was like a scary movie. Like, I was literally thinking, like, this is what it feels like when you go into the basement and it goes.
Right.
I legit was scared. Like, it was just like, da-da-da-da.
Right, I'm about to say when you get that, like, that Jaws.
Dark Knight.
Right. Da-da.
It wasn't, so it was doable, but it wasn't easy. So
let me tell you.
So, yeah, it was just the right to feel accomplished, because that hunt wasn't, that was a thing.
I love how you said that, because again, that affirms even deeper. Just because something is doable doesn't mean that it's easy. And I love this, because the only word in that sentence that is most meaningful is doable. You know, when something is doable, I tell a person, sit with that. You know, even if you don't move on it right away, just keep in mind the thing that you know is doable. Now, the thing I love about this, Dalia, is I know some reasons why that was a scary movie, you know, and it really has to do with the life of a creative and an artist. And I know, because this is the fucking life I live. This is the life I know. It's really that point of letting go. You know, I have a podcast for everybody that's in here. I have a podcast called the Aaron Hill Podcast. And there's a podcast that's called Let Your Birds Fly. Let Your Birds Fly. And it's all about just that one point in the process where it's not about the fact that you can't do the thing. Like, you're good at it, you know, whether you're a writer, whether you're a business owner, whether you have a product or service. I don't care if you sell ice cream. I don't care if you give away recipes. I don't care if you just talk to people about mental health. It's that one point of not the work before that. It's that point of actually hitting the send button, hitting the enter button, hitting the post button, and hitting the publish button, hitting the release button. That's the part, because as an artist, you can get into a conundrum and a loop. And here's how that loop goes. And it's wild because it's based off of some things that have pros. It's just that everything that has pros also has cons too. So here's a pro. A pro is when you're such a creative that you grow so fast that after you create something, whether you write it, you make it, you know, whatever it is, whatever the process is. And if a couple days go by, if a week goes by, you are such a growing and creative artist or creative creator that you grow in that time span, and it works to your disadvantage when it comes to the mental push, because you get to that same work again and you look at it and you're like, this is great, but I got some new ideas that and you get stuck in this cycle of this perfectionist cycle where you never release anything because you never accept yourself for right where you are in your genius, in your creativity when you write it. You get stuck in the loop of the fact that you get betterer and betterer, and it never allows you to be satisfied with what you have. The problem with that is, if you relate this to pictures, let's relate this to pictures for a second. If we waited until that perfect time in life when we felt completely good about our appearance and the way that our hair was and where we was in age and the whole nine, guess what? Our asses would take maybe one picture our whole life, maybe two, and be regretting the first one. We don't do that. What we do with pictures, many times, even if it's just our own personal pictures, I ain't talking about ones that you share with the world. Like, forget all that. I ain't even on that. Just the glimpses of yourself in whatever format. It comes in the format of us seeing ourselves in iterations over time and appreciating when we were a kid, when we got to this phase, when we look like this, when we that's the thing. So if you think about life in that way, then you start realizing, oh shit, if I wait and keep procrastinating, but telling myself that, I've just got to get it right. Like, I'm almost there. All I got to do is one. And then you will never release anything. And then the problem is that maybe if you stay in that too long, then when you finally do, well, number one, it'll be good. It'll be really, really good. But the biggest problem is so many of your gems, so much time will be missed because of the fact that you're just not allowing yourself to be. Your process is more potent than your final product. I have songs right now on iTunes that I released in 2009 that I don't even really play or listen to. And it's because of the fact that, number one, I just don't see it every day. But number two, like, I'm at a different level. But here's the thing that I know, though. The thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have hit me up and been like, oh my gosh, that work right there was the greatest work ever. It still moves me through. It still touches me. That's the thing that allows me to get out of my head and be able to accept myself at every stage of the game and let my birds fly. So Delia, that's what I felt. I'm like, all we got to do is just, we have to create other streams of flow where you don't get stuck by the one project because then you're just never going to do anything. You're never going to release anything. And you're just going to stay in that cycle. So I'm so glad that what I said could help. And I got more for you. So we're going to keep it going, but it's one small thing at a time. And I would never overwhelm a person with too much because I know better than that. And that's the difference between a person who can execute and they're doing it themselves and a teacher. Because a teacher and a coach, just because you do what you do and know what you know, it doesn't really mean that you're a teacher or a coach. So thank you for affirming me in the fact that, yes, what I'm coaching with and the teaching that I give is spot on and helpful.
So much so. Thank you. And everybody, you can check my bio on my Instagram for what my stories are on Medium. It's at Dahlia.
Yes.
And I did that without apologizing about anything you may say.
100. Yes. And so, first of all, everybody, let's open up our microphones. Let's congratulate Delia, first off, on just going forward, letting it flow.
Yes.
Congratulations. Can you flex? Put my fist together, just shake.
Definitely see you doing your happy dance. Delia, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I can't wait to continue to just have your back each step of the journey from here until everywhere where these works are going and where your light is shining. Much love to you, Delia. Much love. Yes.
Everybody.
100. Marcy, everybody, let's say good morning to Marcy. Marcy is here with us another day. Marcy, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes. I also want to say good morning again to everyone. I see Etta Fly hanging out with us. Etta Fly, we love you. We know you out there making it do what it do. What up, though? I know the sweet potato flow is like, I know I can't wait for my sweet potato. I'm gonna have to get on that joint fast. I've had Auntie Gina's cookies. I'm waiting for the sweet potato pie, and I gotta go get on mine. So I will be on that. So good morning to you, and T. Thanks for hanging out. If any of you all want to jump up to the stage, by all means. And other than that, please ping a friend in to join and have fun with us in this conversation. Marcy, how are you today? How's it going, Marcy?
I am wonderful. I woke up and said, let me get into this room.
Yes.
I had to get my brother up first.
Right.
So yes, I've been doing well. Been sitting in early meetings that waking me up, telling me, okay, can we do 8 o'clock? I said, I don't know how I feel about 8 o'clock.
He's still trying to negotiate, huh?
Yeah, and I said, no, I'm just not going to do that. So I'm still clicking decline on those.
Right.
So I refuse to let them get me. I said, no, what you will do is you will work within my time frame that you told me that I have to work.
You better set that thing straight with grace and ease and
Absolutely. But everything's been going well. The weather is okay here in Georgia. We had a tornado touchdown 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
So I was in and out of internet. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh,
it was
wow.
really crazy.
What
a couple trees down. It's just it was weird.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, what like category, what like number, do they have numbers for tornadoes? I don't know. I know they got numbers for earthquakes, but was it like, you said a couple trees down, so it wasn't like too bad?
It was bad.
It was bad enough.
I mean,
wow.
We were without power for about 16 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, I'm sorry.
So it was kind of serious. I mean, no, it was great. It was great. I didn't have to do any work. Wow. It was awesome. I was able to get out the garage. I went to the park after the storm. It went up to about 65 degrees.
Nice.
And I was able to spend my time out in nature instead of locked in my home office, looking out this window, wishing I was out there.
I feel you on that. That's a real that's a real thing. You know, somebody said to me the other day, they were like, I don't know why, and they were talking about kids in school, and they were like, I don't know why kids are having a rough time. Like, you know, they are in front of their devices all day. That's what they wanted, and they're home. I'm like, it's a completely different thing when you are forced to do those things. Like, it's not the same as when it's voluntary, you know. So I feel you on that, and especially being a person who's into nature, loves the good outdoors, love being able to be at peace in nature. I definitely feel you on that. I'm glad you got that opportunity to do that, you know, real talk, for your flow and for your self-care. Marcy, how does it feel to walk into a room and to have people be like, Marcy, oh my gosh, her impact on me is so great. It's so great. I just want to hear her speak. That's got to feel good to you, Marcy. Oh my gosh.
It feels good, but I'm an ambivert, so it's weird at times. Sometimes I walk in the room and I'm just like, why are we here? Right. Then I see people in there, hey, Marcy, and I'm just like, oh, she's gonna hug me.
Right.
And then about 15 minutes later, I'm warm and I'm ready to go.
Right.
It takes me
Take
time
that warm
to
up.
get
Yeah.
there. It's like, calm down. It's okay.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. But it's strange to me because coming from where I come from to where I am, I can relate to why people feel the way they feel. But then there are other days I'm just like, it's just me. Calm down. I'm from the projects in Brooklyn. Relax.
Yes. I got one for you all, and this is good right here. I'm gonna actually do a full article response on this, maybe even today, right after this room, on FB and YT YouTube. I just put up an article, and I wanted to do this for all the people in the back. Auntie G, T, good to see you all. I wanted to do this, and this is, most people don't like, what's an ambivert? So here's what an ambivert is. And I'm a person who is an introvert. I'm naturally an introvert. I'm now an extroverted introvert when it comes to especially social media, but that's because I get the ability to have the best of both worlds. You know, I don't have to be overwhelmed right now by a bunch of people surrounding me and feeling like I gotta entertain, because that naturally for an introvert can be like overwhelming. You can't help it. Like you can't help it. You want everybody to be happy. So even when you don't have to entertain, you still can feel overwhelmed. But check this out. Do you think you're an ambivert? All right. So it says, I've always struggled with this question. Are you an extrovert or introvert? Like many people, I don't quite fit into either category. In this article and video, I want to introduce you to the concept of an ambivert. What is an ambivert? An ambivert is someone who exhibits qualities of both introversion and extroversion and can flip into either depending on their mood. Can flip into either depending on their mood, context, and goals. Ambiverts have also been called outgoing introverts, which is what I just said. An introvert who can be outgoing in certain situations around certain people or when they absolutely need to. That could not, I think you just described to me more why I'm an ambivert, because I thought I was before, but I hadn't read this article. And that's exactly what it is, because like in this, people will be like, I don't understand how you're introvert. Like, look at, like, you showing up every day, you live every day, like you in front of the world. Yeah, but it's different though, because I'm with my peeps. I'm with people who I trust. I'm with people who I feel very, very, very comfortable with. And now I'm comfortable even in the midst of the people I don't feel comfortable with, because I don't rely on them to feel comfortable. But yeah, I was calling myself an outgoing introvert or an extroverted introvert. Here's the second one. They say that ambiverts are many times called antisocial extroverts, antisocial extroverts. An extrovert who needs time to recharge before socializing or who likes to be alone more than a typical extrovert. Once again, same way with me. You know, Marcy, I don't know if this is you, but like, or anybody else in this room, definitely this is going to be an ongoing topic of conversation this morning. I've always been the kind of person where if you just, first of all, you could just give me literally this, and I'm straight. You can give me peace and quiet. Oh my God. Like, I get it. I get the extrovert. I get the extroverted personality. I get a person being fed deeply and most specifically by others' energy. But OMG, you can give me silence. You can give me a good book to read, like one of my favorite books. You can give me some music. You can give me some, you know what, some H to the O, some hydroglycerin, as they say. You can give me like a cup of tea. You can give me like nature. You can just give me a treat. Like, and I'm good. Like, I don't need much. Peace and quiet and serenity. So I definitely have seen myself that way. And I've been called I haven't been called an antisocial extrovert, but definitely someone who, you know, people are like, wow. So here's the other thing you can be called: a social introvert. An introvert who can dial up into extroversion when needed. Extroversion and introversion describe how someone reacts to people. Ambiverts are flexible in how they react to people. In the right context, in the right mood, around the right people, ambiverts can flip up into extroversion. In difficult contexts, when tired or cranky or around toxic people, ambiverts can flip down to extroversion. There we go again. That's so me. All right, here's the last part right here. Actually, I think I might. Let's see, how long? Yeah, this is kind of long. So I don't want to go on too long about this, but I'll say that here are some of the differences. I'll read a couple differences between extroverts, ambiverts, and introverts. I see. They got a little chart here. This is pretty cool. So this beautiful little chart says an extrovert enjoys spending time with others, an ambivert enjoys others but needs alone time, and an introvert enjoys spending time alone. An extrovert is outgoing. Ambivert can be outgoing in the right context. Introvert is reserved. An extrovert prefers to work on teams. Ambivert can be on teams after working independently. Introvert prefers to work independently. And last but not least, extrovert likes to talk things out with others. Ambivert can process out loud or internally. An introvert likes to process internally. I'll stop there. Marcy, so you're an ambivert. Now, did you know all those things that I just read? And then secondly, like, how long have you realized that you're an ambivert?
It was brought to my attention on several occasions.
Yeah.
Like, as I heard you reading, I go places and I go to social events, and it's like I gotta feel the room, I gotta look around. I might wander off, then I'll come back, and then I'm social.
Right.
Or if it's not that, it may be a gathering in my own home.
Right.
Where I make the grand appearance as people are arriving, and then I kind of disappear.
Slip away
at
at times.
Where did she go? and then I'm soaking in the jacuzzi, and they're like, what is she doing? And I just need time because it's just so many personalities to feed into. I need a minute to kind of plug up to my charger and get myself ready for this foolishness. And it's just different.
I like how
it's just too much.
I like how you I like how you correctly label the flow and the party and everything as foolishness. Cause even when it's good, it's like, all right, for a person who's an ambivert, it's like, okay, we gotta get ready because it's a lot for it could be a lot. But the supercharge, Marcy, the recharge, the rejuvenation, the stealing away is so important.
Right, and all the time, my husband will come and say, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I just needed a minute." He said, "It's been an hour." And I'm like, I already look. I took a nap. I showered again. I'll be back out.
I was just about to
This is
say.
my second win. But, give me a minute.
Right. Second rule of thumb for introverts and ambivert. A minute to an introvert is an hour to the rest of the world. A minute to an ambivert is an hour. That's what we mean. If we're like, yo, I just need a second, just give me a minute. And look, you know what, Marcia, this is so cool. Because I remember when at first I was kind of having cognitive dissonant feelings about it. I'm like, damn, like, I'm here, but I definitely, I just need a minute. And I'm actually so here, but I need a minute. I need to step out for a minute, so I feel you on that. We need that recharge, Marcy. We so need that recharge. It sounds to me like you're unapologetic about it.
I'm in Zoom meetings and I'm just like,
my
I
gosh,
gotta walk
Marcy.
away. You're doing too much. We've been in this meeting for 30 minutes and that's my time. That's my time.
This is why I have so much empathy for introverts and ambiverts during this time of virtual meetings. I did an article response, let's say about maybe 2 months ago. It's on my YouTube channel if you all want to see it. It's just called, I will not be attending your next exhausting Zoom meeting, or something like that. I will not be attending your next Zoom meeting. And it was just an article written by an author that just talked about Zoom fatigue, and I loved it because I think about psychology. So these are things I've always thought about or talked about. She talked about how here we are, we're forced to look at a screen, and this is completely different than our other kind of social environments. When you are in a group of people, you are never always visible, where people are always looking at you and you're never out of sight. Like, that's just not the case. The focus isn't always in your direction, even if you're right there. So it allows you to be able to be in front and at attention, and at times where everything's not focused on you, or people aren't just looking at your every move. Secondly, you're not looking at yourself all the time in a social interaction. Now, I have deep empathy because I've been making videos for years, and like I told y'all, my first YouTube channel alone has 2,000 videos, and I've made at least that or more on Facebook as well. Like, I've made at this point at least 5,000 videos on the internet. So I'm used to looking at a screen. I'm used to looking at myself. It doesn't bother me. I'm used to being in a mindset of creating content for future watchers and listeners, and some people that's hanging in, tuning in or whatever. But between that, looking at yourself in that way, between always being in focus, between, like they were saying, like if you're at a party or something, you might then break off and just be with a few people. In Zoom, you can't. I mean, you can, but most meetings are set up for everybody to be present all the time, always. And it is fatiguing. Even, this is why the experiences I like having most on these kind of mediums are fun and relaxing experiences. And I know I still do my work experiences there too, but I'm fortunate where I don't have to be in Zoom meetings all day. But I have empathy because that shit is tiring. And some people might think like, well, why? I mean, you're in front of a computer. Nah, like that shit is tiring. And it's tiring because it's a completely different social interaction for the brain, and that's not how we're used to being social. So when I do Zoom experiences, I try to make them as fun and engaging as possible for that reason. So Marcy, I feel you on that. I could not feel you more. I could not feel you more. So it's always good to talk to you, Marcy. Actually, I'm loving this because I'm looking forward to hearing from a few more people around this introvert, extrovert, ambivert deal, and we're going to keep chopping it up all together. And so on that tip, one more time, I just want to refresh the room. I want to say good morning to you, and you too, my peeps on FB Live. In the future, YT. Not there today because I'm using Zoom and not StreamYard. And all my peeps that's hanging with me on Clubhouse. The good brother Meyer, Auntie G, Truth for Life, the brother T, Edit Fly, Sherry, Marcy, and of course Delia. and Tanisha, who was hanging out with us earlier. We're going to keep this thing going. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. In fact, we're going to hang out with Sherry a bit and talk about this a bit more. So I'm going to read a couple more things. I'm going to keep reading a few more things that relate to this throughout this experience. So, extroversion and introversion describe how someone reacts to people. Ambiverts are flexible in how they react to people. In the right context, in the right mood, around the right people. I already read this. Ambiverts can flip into extroverts, and in difficult contexts, ambiverts, we can flip into introversion. Research has found that how we react to people is physiological. This study found that we judge someone's level of extroversion or introversion immediately, often based on facial structure. Now, for example, you can't see this on you can only see this if you're hanging out with me on FB at Aaron Hill TV again. And what I'm holding in front of the screen are two faces. One face says introvert, the other says extrovert. The introvert face is a bit more relaxed and subtle. The extrovert face feels a little bit more bright, engaged, almost looks like he is smiling. I think that's it almost looks like he's smiling. And the introvert is a little bit more relaxed in the face. We can also self-select our tendency towards extroversion. We can self-select. Which explanation sounds more like you? I am drawn to people. I get energy from social gatherings and am fairly outgoing. That's an extrovert. Here's the second one. It's draining to be around lots of people. I prefer peace, solitude, and quiet time. I usually crave alone time in my free time, which is an introvert. And then here's the last one. It depends. Ambivert. Literally, the ambivert was 2 words. It depends. I love that. So I'm going to stop there before I go on with this. And we're going to move on to one of my new favorite aspects of this experience. We're moving on forward to our segment with Sherry. Segment with Sherry is where we chop it up about a number of different things during the week, depending on the day. And it's always around the 9 o'clock hour for about 10 minutes. We hang out with Sherry. We'll talk about everything from, like on Mondays, we do Clubhouse recap of the town hall and new things in Clubhouse updates and things for you to be mindful of and to utilize and to be aware of, especially since everybody doesn't get the news, everybody doesn't attend the town hall. And then also we talk about etiquette in these things, emotional intelligence, things like this, what kind of vert are you, and all this kind of good stuff, and more. We chop it up about brand strategy and business and everything. So everybody, let's say a huge good morning to Sherry Goodall. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Sherry.
Yes. Good
morning.
Good morning. And if anybody like to come up to the stage, by all means, throw up your hand and join us in the conversation. If not, continue to just listen in. You know how it goes. So today, we're just going to continue with this conversation. Sherry, which are you? Introvert, extrovert, ambivert. Introvert, extrovert, ambivert. Let's go.
Marcy, you have spoken to my soul. I honestly didn't know that there was a term called ambivert.
Love it.
So I was like, I'm going to have to go look that up when I get finished. You just, thank you, Marcy, because I needed that this morning.
Yes.
And I woke up in an ambivert mode today, just feeling a little overwhelmed with some things, but I appreciate that, and I definitely understand, and I just always thought it was just me. So I thought I had to choose between intro and extro, and I've always said that I'm a extroverted introvert.
Right.
And most people understand what that means, but now hearing Aaron read the article, I'm definitely an ambivert.
Right? 100%. So, you're an ambivert. What of those characteristics that I've read so far really let you know, like really let you know, like, okay.
Is all an option? Because I'm just gonna go with all.
Right.
Oh my God, that you could be with people or without people. When Marcy was talking about having to have a party at her house and then she pulls away.
Right.
That's so me. I need to go step out, regroup. Actually, I've been in the room probably about 30, 40 minutes. I needed to go out and take a walk. You were talking about Zoom fatigue.
Right.
I realized this morning, I realized it last night, but this morning I woke up really, like I said, dealing with some client fires and stuff I need to deal with.
Right.
And I was like, I haven't taken a walk or been out the house for the sake of just being
out, yeah.
Since last Thursday, so a week now. I mean, I ran to a doctor's appointment. I went to the store. I did stuff like that, but I was like, I need to get back to walking.
Right.
And I love to walk. That's when I get downloads.
Right.
That's when I get, just some clarity around things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out. And it's 30 degrees. It's cold as hell outside right now.
And still, you're like, I gotta get my ass out.
I gotta go.
I definitely feel you. When I think about the first time I realized it with myself, and it was like, okay, even before I knew what the term ambivert meant, I just was like, yeah, I just need me time. I love my peeps. I love everyone. But I don't need other people in order to feel good and to have a good time, and I love it because, especially with this ambivert thing and learning about it even more, I'm like, oh, this explains it. Because like you said, I was like, I must be an extroverted introvert at this time, because I definitely have my moments. Like here, y'all hear me lit every morning on this show, and I'm with people. I'm by all means we're together, but it's a different kind of feeling. And on top of that, after this experience, or even during this experience, I'm still not crowded by people. Sherry, do you feel that? One thing I learned that I read about, I guess about a year ago, and it was talking about introverts and the characteristics. And one of the things they were saying was that we feel like we have to entertain. Like if we're in the midst of an audience, I mean, not an audience, but a crowd of people, whether it's a party, whether it's an audience of people for something or whatever, a meeting, like we can feel like we have to entertain even when we don't have to. And we can get overwhelmed just by feeling like we have to be a part of keeping the vibration up or keeping it moving somewhere, or the interest. Do you ever feel that way?
I absolutely do. And
Right.
It's interesting because I always just assumed it was two things. A few things. One, because I'm an only child, so I always was able to entertain myself.
Right.
Two, because my parents were the consummate party house, and not that there was a party all the time, but my father was a member of a fraternity and extremely involved. And so whenever they had, cabarets or anything like that, the after party was always at our house.
Right.
So I have learned how to be the consummate host and to have a party, because and my dad was a DJ on the side too. So
Oh, wow.
I know how to party. But I just thought it was the way I was brought up and who I was. But this whole conversation is giving me a whole new perspective that I really need to sit down and dig into, because I think I'm learning some things about my personality.
100%. I'm the only child on my mom's side. Like I told everybody here yesterday, and if you didn't see it, you can just go on my FB page, my YouTube page. You can listen to it on my podcast. You can listen to the show from yesterday. Amongst the many things that that happened, one of the things I talked about was Papa was a Rolling Stone. So I'm one of 18 on my father's side. But I grew up with my mom. I grew up with the majority of the time with my mom as an only child on that side. And by no means am I spoiled. Mom did a really good job at balancing things out. But I, like you, Sherry, I grew up learning or knowing how to entertain myself and not needing anyone in order for me to be entertained. So I thought, like you, that just came from being an only child. And maybe that has something to do with it, because again, if you're the only child, then yeah, you get used to that. And I've been in situations where I see siblings where when one is gone, especially if they've grown up together, they can have that struggle of like, wow, what do I do now? Because I'm used to my time being interesting because there's someone else to help me make it interesting. So that's one factor. But then, as I got older, I was like, oh yeah, this is introversion. This is just, a part of it. I want to read a few more things in this article. Keep going with a little bit more information, and then I'm curious of what you think. So it says, I read the last one. I love that it depends, Ambivert. And hello to Jamal. Hello to everyone else that's hanging out. So it says, good morning. Instead of thinking about extroversion or introversion as labels, let's use an extroversion spectrum, because that's really, really how it flows and how it shows up. Okay, see if you can rank low, high, or medium. People who fall in the middle spectrum are called ambiverts. Why ambiverts are amazing. Many people assume that extroverts are the best at sales, the best leaders, and the most successful at work. Wrong. Now, that's not me that's exclaiming it like that. Like, if you were to see this article, that damn word wrong is big as hell on here with exclamation points. Wrong. Adam Grant, an associate professor at Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, analyzed 35 separate studies and found the statistical relationship between extroversion and income, which was basically zilch. He conducted a personality survey and collected 3-month sales records for more than 300 salespeople, both male and female. The people who rank right in the middle for extroversion and introversion, ambiverts, turned out to be the best salespeople. Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't me. That the article said it like that. Not me. You said that makes sense, Sherry?
Yeah, it does.
Check this out. Here's a stat for all my analytical communicators. Here's my stat. Ambiverts pulled in 24% more revenue than introverts and a mind-boggling 32% more revenue than extroverts. So here's the interesting thing, right? So, these are just states of being, right? This is just part of your personality, who you are, what makes you you, and that kind of thing. So, but it's funny because one of those things is like, if I wasn't an ambivert, I would want to be one after reading this article. I'm like, wait a minute. But I think I know why, even before we get deeply into it with this article and we just chop it up here, like, you get the best of both worlds. Sometimes you need to have some alone time and just brainstorm on your own, because sometimes other thoughts and opinions can actually cloud and clutter the vision more so than help. And then other times it's exactly what you need. But if you only have one way, then chances are you aren't going to have that best of both worlds, where the times when you need other heads in the bunch, they're there, and times when you don't, they're there. Sherry, the list continues to go for me as I just read that and think about all my personality and how I've operated and how I've benefited from that middle ground. But I'm gonna stop there for a sec, because that right there immediately makes me relate to that. Like, the revenue thing, Sherry, that makes sense,
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because I'm looking at some client stuff today. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So, yes, glad to know that we're in the high end of the revenue. But the funny part is, so I was in direct sales for a while.
Right.
And I did very well. And it was so weird to me, because I felt like I had to be one person, but this ambivert thing gives me life right now.
Yes, right? It's starting to reach out, because it really makes a lot of things make sense. And I'll tell you this, no matter where we are as far as revenue now, it makes sense as far as the kind of personality that we have or where we fall, that allows for the potential of not only revenue, but success in relationships, success in different ways. Even when it comes to the fact that, like, having that balance to know when you need to be around people as far as relationship and when not. Like having that break and being okay with it. You know, there's some people who aren't okay. I think, you know, when I think about, you know, one of my first relationships, like one of my first real relationships, I was connected to an extrovert. Now that I really look at the personality traits, where it was good in some cases, but there were other cases where like it made the person smother me. Like we never had time apart, or they couldn't have time apart where it was productive like that. Now there was some other things going on too, but what I look at is the extroversion, because they never ever felt comfortable just by themselves and just with their own thoughts or with their own flow. It was like damn near impossible for them to entertain themselves. Now fortunately they were able to get some help for it and it balanced out, but like yeah, it was one of those things. So even when it comes to the balance of a healthy relationship, this ambivert thing makes sense to me. I'm gonna read this this last piece, and then it's gonna go into are we ambiverts, and it's gonna give us some more information. The ambivert advantage stems from the tendency to be assertive and enthusiastic enough to persuade and close, but at the same time listening carefully to customers and avoiding the appearance of being overly confident and excited, Grant said. So here he's relating it specifically to business, but once again, another point of confirmation, you know. So Sherry, you are an ambivert. We ambiverts. I'm glad that relieves some tension too, because I tell you, it does. It makes a lot of things make more sense. You're like, okay, all right, so I can relax a little bit and not be as overwhelmed because this shit makes sense. This makes sense. And now I realize,
I'm sending you virtual hugs. Like, girl, you just changed my whole world.
Everybody, if you felt that, let's do the Martin Lawrence, like the Martin thing where we open up our microphones, everybody take the deep breath and hug together like, like we can just release all together. And sorry for anybody who may pop in for a second and be like, wait a minute, is the Moan Room revived? Is the Moan Room like back? Is it back? Nah, we just we just releasing that virtual like breath of fresh air and that virtual hug, cause yo, that's really what it is. That is what it is, you know. So I'm happy about that, and I'm excited because we got some more info in this article to go. And what I'm going to do is keep spreading it out over the course of this experience today. Sherry, are you doing Beating with Sherry today, or you taking You are sweet.
Yes, I am. I'm actually pinning the post to my Facebook page as we speak for anybody who wants to jump on camera with me. But today is Thursday, and so Thursdays we talk tech. Thursdays, trending apps and topics and things like that. So today is the day.
Nice.
Yesterday was pretty awesome too, though. I have to say, yesterday was a new segment we introduced, and so it's called Co-Work Wednesdays, and that turned out really well. So yeah.
Nice. What time and where can we listen to or watch or be a part of Beating with Sherry today?
Yes, please do. So 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on Clubhouse if you want to listen in. If you want to watch or participate, you can go to YouTube and Facebook, and the links are in my bio.
Love it. Can't wait. We're looking forward to Beating with Sherry today. And everybody, let's say good morning to Sherry one more time. Affirm her on an amazing morning this morning.
Beautiful.
Good morning, Sherry.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Good morning. Let me end with this. What's happening?
What's happening? And so, yes, y'all, we always have good times here. Yesterday, if you were not here yesterday, 3 p.m. to 4:30 with me and Sherry for our every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hot seat creative brand strategy session, all I got to say is OMG, because we the way I'm always glad when we can help people out, you know. And so Sherry and I, for those that don't know, we have a consulting business. We do consulting individually, and then recently we've now put our businesses together, or we've created a business together, bringing all of our experience and knowledge to the table to equal a creative brand strategy, just powerful expression. And we've been fortunate to catch up with Gloria Mayfield Banks of Mary Kay. Many of you all are familiar with her. Our good friend, the patio chick, Tara Page, and just a whole host of other people. And so we've also brought it to Clubhouse. We do these services, you know, where we sit down with you and we do our power sessions. We help you with an entire formula and plan and everything for your brand, whether it's personal or business or anything in between. Answer all your questions and help you to structure and be strategic about it. And in addition to that, we decided to bring a version of that to Clubhouse, where we do 15-minute power sessions. You get what you would get in like several hours in 15 minutes. Like we go over everything. We do a quick and hardcore deep dive. And I tell you, the testimonies already, the people that are walking away with something, OMG. OMG.
And this isn't about tooting our own horn. This is like real, because what I respect about what we've been able to do, we leave it all on the table for whoever's on the stage.
Right.
And people have been so excited and so happy, and that really is what we wanted to be able to do. And can I give a little shout out to Ken, because I've been in your room, Ken, and
100.
You do some amazing stuff in there too. So I appreciate, with the changing culture of Clubhouse, I appreciate rooms where people are on stage and leaving it all on the table, because that's what people came to get.
Right.
And I'm not a fan of trying to sell your stuff. And we have done that in our own ways.
We really have.
I appreciate that, Sharon. Appreciate that. Thanks.
Absolutely.
We really have.
And Mr. Hell, we've been killing it, bro.
What? I'm just saying. If you don't know, you will know. 3 p.m. every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sherry Goodall, myself, the Hot Seat Creative Brand Strategy Sessions. And then also Beating with Sherry every day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on FB, YT, and CH. Y'all can catch her here, catch us there. Yes. It's the best. This is the best morning show that I know right now. Like real talk. And I'm saying that because we stand here in accountability. We affirm each other. We do some amazing things here every morning. Good people doing good things. Good laughs, good conversations, all kinds of things. And we continue to grow together. We're creating a web where everybody here in various shapes and forms is not only contributing to an experience here on this app called Clubhouse that's warm and inviting and educational, but also from there, we're like a web. You know, we're a web. If you check out anything that anybody here is doing, we're a web. I'll be so glad when they finally give me my damn club. I have reapplied again for the umpteenth time. I don't even know what umpteenth is, but it's a damn number.
I swear, I think I'm quitting. I'm about to give up on the damn club. You know what? Because I can hold the room and be great all by myself.
Exactly.
Clubhouse badge.
Exactly.
I'm right now. I'm throwing them shade and they don't even know it. They probably don't care either.
Right. And we love Clubhouse so much. It's so funny. But yeah, I reapplied this morning, and this time I put Accountability Partner Academy. When I first came here on Clubhouse, the very first day I was here, very first time I applied for a club, I applied for, the name of my club was going to be Clubhouse Accountability Academy. You know, you all look at my bio, you see, creator of the CAA. And I was hopeful for that. And I haven't gotten shit yet. And I don't know why, because I haven't got an email or anything, and I've tried. But what I was thinking, I was like, maybe they just aren't responding, and they should be doing that. But maybe it's because I have the word Clubhouse in the title. Maybe it's that, even if it was, I would expect them to reach out. But I was like, let me try this a different way, because I could understand if they don't approve that because they don't actually endorse, what I'm doing. And they don't want to get it misconstrued. Maybe. I'm actually trying to get them the benefit of the doubt. Because honestly, I'm like, God damn. There's people who were invited here yesterday and they're like, hey, you want to join my club? I'm like, what the fuck? You got a club? It's all good though. So hopefully you all, right. So hopefully you all will see that, at some point at the top. And I'm saying that to say that it'll make me proud, in addition to everything I have going on here. And like I said, no complaints. Like I'm like Sherry. As long as I get to host rooms, I could give a fuck. But I'm excited just because of just the title, just feeling good about the fact that when you come here, you'll be able to see Accountability Partner Academy, and all the people that are here are people that have come through this academy streets, like have come through this space and have gone on to create amazing things of their own classrooms, teaching their own things, or holding space. And if they aren't holding space, if they're not called to that, they are in the front and in the back of those spaces supporting others of this accountability family. And I just say that I celebrate you all from here to the moon every single day, and I'm excited. So once again, that's it. Good morning, everybody. Let's refresh our screens. Again, if you'd like to come up to the stage, by all means, you know what to do. Just give a straight up wave, which means just to raise your hand. And if not, you just want to chill in the back, in the cut, listen in, by all means. But on that tip, everybody that's here, let's open up our microphones and say a huge good morning to the good brother, Meyer Clarity.
Good morning, Meyer.
Bro.
Hey, good morning, everybody. What's up, Meyer?
What's up, broski? What's up, broski? How's it going, man?
It goes. Y'all can hear me? I'm getting
Very
Wi-Fi
clear.
issues.
You got the
okay.
Look, let me tell you, bro. You might have Wi-Fi issues. I was just about to say, you might have Wi-Fi issues. Sometime come to this space, need a tissue. But really, bro, we're the majority, and you have no issues because your shit says clarity, so we can hear you even when your damn Wi-Fi ain't working, bro.
Hey, there you go. Worldwide wise Wi-Fi, a wildfire when the wide web spies on you from your iPod.
Yes, sir. Oh my God.
Wi-Fi bars all day.
Wi-Fi bars.
This is now the Wi-Fi bar room.
Hey, bro, you know what's so funny about that, bro? I don't know if I saw this as a joke or I thought about it as a joke, and I just never did it. I probably should do this. Like, this will be a TikTok, like a 1 minute TikTok soon. On Instagram and everywhere. 1 minute video. I thought about, like, what you know how you got different people on the street that's like, hey man, I got them socks, man. You trying to get them socks, man? I got them batteries. Yo, I was dreaming about the dudes like, hey man, I got that Wi-Fi, man. Got that Wi-Fi. Hey, look, man, look, get close, bro. I got that Wi-Fi. Hey man, just hang around, man. I got that Wi-Fi, man. What you need?
3G, 4G, 5G, whatever you need.
Hey, bro. The person that comes that's like, yo, I got that 5G Wi-Fi, like ain't even released yet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even really out there yet, man. But I got that 5G plus. Bro, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh man, the future's about to be weird.
I know, right? I know, bro.
It's got USBs coming out of them. Just plug in here.
Right. Just plug your ass in here. We're gonna plug you in. Bro, as you've been listening to this convo, we've been chopping up here, man, about the verts, bro. The verts.
Yeah, no, I've been listening in, and I think I myself might be a ambivert as well.
Wow. This is the ambivert
For
room.
the longest time, I was saying, I was like, yeah, right? It's also, speaking of which, shout out to the only children in the room, because I'm an only child as well.
Right.
So we got the only child club. But yeah, I always call myself an aspiring extrovert.
Right.
That was like how I introduced myself. It was like, I'm introverted, but I'm working on it.
Right. What was early on, like, when you discovered that you were an introvert, what was it? How did it flow? Like, what was it like? Okay. Was it because you you enjoyed your time to yourself when it came to planning? Or was it that, when you went to certain things, you would feel overwhelmed? Like, what was those things, those signs to you that was like, oh yeah, I'm an introvert? I mean, as you were learning what that was.
I think it was definitely like the first thing you mentioned. Like, growing up, everything was hectic a lot. So the only peace was like whenever I spent time alone.
Right.
And so I think I brought that with me into adulthood, where it's like, all right, I need my alone time. I want to plan. I want to like regenerate. I want to refresh. I want to like start from scratch. So yeah, I think, it's partly that. And then the other part is, man, people are hectic.
Right. Right.
Especially now.
Right. Yo, I understand that with everything in my being, and like, yeah. Hell yeah. Check this out. This is another thing that they said, about this. It says, are you an ambivert? First, let's find out how you rank on the scale. Do you think you might be an ambivert, or do you know one in your life? Take the Ambivert Quiz. Okay, this is interesting because they got a quiz here. Okay, check this out. It says, I never heard this term before, but watch this. Situational Introversion. And we've been kind of talking about it, but I love the way they put that. I'm gonna read this real quick. Right. Ambiverts typically slide up and down the spectrum depending on the situation, context, and people around them. I call this situational introversion. So he came up with this. I much love for this. For example, certain locations make me extremely nervous and quiet. Nightclubs, rooftop bars, and stereotypically chic places make me feel super out of place. Whereas in learning environments, such as classroom, workshops, or seminars, you can't get me to shut the fuck up. Now, he didn't say the fuck, but I'm putting that in there. He said, you can't get me to shut up. I constantly have my hand raised. Try to make friends with everyone sitting within 10 feet of me and always ask for extra credit. If you want to master your people skills, you have to build on a solid foundation. I love this. I'm going to stop there because the next point is really cool, but it goes point by point, but I'm going to stop point by point. Bro, what were you saying? Is that you there? I know that's me for sure.
What, description-wise? Yeah, I mean, I think that's like everybody to a certain extent. Like, most people can't really, conversate in a club that's like a hectic environment.
Right.
It's all nonverbal communication at that point.
Right.
And most people aren't like 100% on their nonverbal communication.
Right.
We've all had to like learn that growing up, or at least myself. Right. So yeah, I can see how people would be uncomfortable in that situation. It just feels like we're all, to a certain extent, chameleons. I mean, we all kind of adapt to our situation, and we're kind of like, we're all like, it's like we're all cauldrons, or like fucking, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're all mixtures, and like, depending on who you're hanging out with,
depending on who you're hanging out,
mixture, it's different.
100. In fact, speaking of the cauldron thing, what it winds up being is like, it's like you said, if you're in the right space, then we're like, we could take in a lot, we could pour a lot. One thing I find interesting about what you're saying is, I don't know if everybody's like that. Here's why I say that, right? Because when I was reading this, the first thing that hit me that let me know this was me was, I think about all the people that I'm next to in those environments. And of course, it's split into two because it's just a flip of a coin. So it's either the people that are like this, that are fully engaged, and this excites them. And then on the flip side, you have the people where it makes them completely insecure and they don't want to ask questions. They don't want to really say much because when it comes to this, there's that insecurity there,
That's true.
Yeah, I happen to be filled up by these, like this person. Now, what I'm wondering about this person is, are they also a person that's sapiosexual, or a person where the intellectual aspect of things, it was what really triggers this extroversion? Yeah, but at any rate, like I can relate, but I do feel like there are some people that are like, it's exactly the opposite actually. I know some people that can go into a party or go into some place where it's like they said, a nightclub, a rooftop bar, like these other kind of places, and they're the life of the party. But inside of an educational place, they're very, very quiet and insecure. So, it probably doesn't dwell to like oversimplification, boil down to oversimplification, but I'm definitely that. I'm definitely
There's
that.
always, I get that. Like, yeah, it's a spectrum for sure, and everyone's got their like area that they thrive in, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever had a time where this kind of thing happened, where the ambivert in you came out, like you had to get away, you had to take some time to yourself, blah blah blah, and like the people you were with, like they took it the wrong way. They thought you were being antisocial. They thought maybe something was like really actually wrong. Have you ever had like that kind of scenario?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Like people pre me learning how to communicate the way I do, which has only been like the last year because I went to therapy. I'm sure a lot of people took the things I did the wrong way because I wasn't able at communicating it. Yeah, I was a grouchy bastard for the majority of my life. So,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that. I didn't mean it's not funny, but it's just the way you put it.
It is. Yeah, no, it's meant to be laughed at. You gotta laugh at yourself. But yeah, I think like for sure there were times where it's like I was overwhelmed and I didn't even realize that I needed time alone. I just knew that I was like overwhelmed, and so that would bleed into like, you know, just blowing up or some shit, or like freaking out, or having a fight. So yeah, definitely like the more you learn about yourself, the more you're like, oh, I need some space every once in a while.
Bro, when you say grouchy bastard, like the more, the one funny thing that literally my mind is so visual, man. It immediately what appeared in my mind was the dude on Sesame Street, you know, the trash can with the like.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Was it Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar, right. No doubt, bro.
Poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street.
Right. Yeah, bro. So yeah, well, it's good to, you know, have this ambivert meeting and just learn that like where we are all on the spectrum, bro. I appreciate hearing that. Hey man, as you're preparing for the day today, bro, you know, how things looking for you, bro? What you doing? You chilling today? How are you looking forward to the day today?
Today's gonna be a chill one. That Snacks record I told you guys about yesterday is up and available now. So I'm super stoked about that. I'm going to be sharing that on socials, on Instagram and Twitter. So, very excited about that.
100, bro.
And if you missed the explanation, it's a track me and my girlfriend did for our anniversary. And it's all about getting fat during quarantine because we eat a lot of cookies.
Yes. I love that shit. Bro, are you going to put this as a link in your Instagram bio?
Yeah, definitely for the day, up until I got like the February 1st release, so I'll have to switch that up in a bit, but
100.
no, yeah, I'm gonna have it on for the day or two. I'm thinking out loud here.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. And I asked that, Sherry and I, we one of the things that we talk about a lot is like the whole tap link deal, you know, so that way you can have multiple links in your bio, that way it doesn't have to be one, but you definitely want this there, son, especially in these experiences, because it's the fastest connection, which will actually make most people from a psychological perspective be right to it, as opposed to having to search for themselves or even go to another beautiful link that you put, but it's just one more click and that shit doesn't, like, for some people it just doesn't even hit. They just never do it. It's just the psychology. So yeah, bro.
Change this, man. I'm fixing that right now. No, thanks for the reminder. I appreciate that.
100, fam. 100. Bro, it's always good to hang out with you, man. Always good to chop it up. Always good, man, to drop some bars with the brother. And thanks, man, for continuing to bring the clarity and just your vibe, man, the way you are, bro. Yes.
Man, likewise. Thank you so much for always inviting me into the space, and wishing you and everyone a great day.
100. Everybody, let's open up your microphones. Affirm Meyer on an amazing day today.
Have a wonderful day, Meyer. Have a great day, man.
Yes. It's the best. Yes. And one thing about this experience, of course, I always like to say good morning to people, you know, intro and outro, not so much because it's time to go, but because you get this sense of feeling affirmed on both sides every time, even as you continue to hang out for the convo. Y'all know how we go. Let's get it. And so on that tip, everybody, let's open up our microphones as well and say a huge good morning to the brother, Ken Briscoe.
Good
Brother
morning,
Ken.
Ken.
Brother Ken.
Good morning.
Brother
Good morning, Ken.
Brother Ken. What's up, bro? Ken, he probably taking over the world on a treadmill like he was the other day, bro. You on the treadmill? Or are you like LT the other day and you got your wake and bake and don't know that your button is on mute? No, I'm just kidding. So one of the things, in fact, for everybody here, we mentioned it at the top of the week, 9 o'clock hour segment with Sherry. We mentioned it also on Tuesday as well, but I'll continue to echo it because it's something I'm excited as hell about. And that is a few things to look forward to here in Clubhouse that is going to cater to our communicative experience. One of the things that I thought about maybe about at least 3 weeks ago, I was only on this app for about a week. And because I'm on every other social media platform of prominence, and I've been there and I study from a psychological and a business standpoint, as well as a practitioner standpoint, my mind immediately goes into the places of things that would make the app even more efficient. So one of the things I thought about was like, man, what they should do is they should add status updates to our profile. And I even went to ask the question in the Clubhouse town hall. And the goal is so that around your profile, there's a ring that's a particular color that's just based on your status, whether you're away from your phone or whether you're there and you want to talk, whether you're there and you don't want to talk, you just want to listen, or some other things that'll give you that kind of motion, that kind of flow. And so I like to mention that here because that might be the case. Like Brother Kim might just be hanging out, walked away from his phone, and so that's no doubt. And so they said, in the Clubhouse town hall, they were like, we are so glad to hear you all like really, really dig into that heavily, because that's exactly what we want to do for you. We're going to create that. And so that feature, as well as, I'm clapping this shit up for my, like, before I even say it. Oh my gosh, y'all, 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks, we will have the auto mute mic feature. And I'm excited as hell about that. Because from a psychological and software engineering standpoint, it makes the most sense to be able to come to the stage and not have to mute your mic, but it be automatically muted where you have to unmute it. That way, A, you don't have to worry about hurrying up and pressing it so that you can not disturb the conversation. And B, your mic will be unmuted. It will be muted, especially during those times when you are awaiting in long lines. So, when you go to certain rooms, they'll say, hey, hand raising on, raise your hands, we'll get to you, which is great. But the problem with that is if you don't want to fuck up the whole conversation, you got to walk around with your phone in your hand and keep looking at this shit, looking. Because as soon as you hear that beep, you got to hurt and press mute. So fortunately, which is so interesting to me, I'm like, damn, that's just common sense from the top. But whatever. I ain't complaining. I love Clubhouse. But I'm glad that that's 3 weeks away, because that's going to equal such a more efficient flow in our communicative experience in this here beautiful ecosystems. So on that tip, everybody, let's open up our microphones and once again say good morning to the good brother, Ken Briscoe. Good morning, Ken. How are you today?
Man, how are you, bro?
How is all good, bro?
Sorry, I got a call. It came in. It's always crazy when I get on in the morning. I'm just like, please don't call come in. Please don't let a call come in. I'm like, shit. That's all good.
Speaking of which. Speaking of which, bro, thank you for reminding me to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, that needs to be in a Clubhouse, like FAQ. Like, right. After you get on, go to Do Not Disturb.
Right.
I stay on airplane mode, so yeah.
That's because you always travel.
Yeah, in a way. I'm on the airplane all by myself.
I hear that.
100%.
I just popped in to say what up, man. Just, getting moving this morning. As I think I heard Sherry say, putting out fires. They burning this morning. Right. I'm watching people light them and tell me to look at them. So we're going to figure it out.
Right. Bro, the fires there.
Sorry, I had to laugh.
Go ahead.
That was funny.
What'd you say, Sherry?
I said that was funny, Ken. Yes, watching people light the fires.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is one thing, my favorite, some of our favorite online entrepreneurs and mentors, the good brother Gary Vaynerchuk, he always talks about it. He's like, as an entrepreneur, your main job, one of your main jobs more than anything, is that you're just a professional firefighter. Like, you literally are putting out fires most of the time. He's like, you might as well just know that and get used to it. Like, that's what it is. And anybody who has this fascination with entrepreneurship, or I want to say not fascination, that's another word I'm looking for. Like, when you're in a mindset of like naivete and you're like, man, that shit looks so fun, man. Oh my God, I just want to. Yeah, that shit comes with a cost. And honestly, more than having just pure good times because you're on your own time, you are spending most of your damn time putting out the fires. I learned that when I was in audio engineering school. When they first started teaching us, they was like, hey, look, one thing we want to teach you about this process is that more than producing, more than creating and being on that side of the coin, you're going to be on the side of troubleshooting most of the time. That's your job. Start getting used to it. Think about it from that perspective. Take solace in it. Acceptance. Like it or not, that's what the shit is. And we learned to like it. I learned to like be like, okay, cool, that's what it is. So hell yeah.
I don't want no more fireman hat. I don't want no more axe. I don't need no oxygen tank.
Right.
It's just crazy sometimes. Just watching some of the stuff go. And I swear there's a bunch of arsonists out there that should not be working.
Right.
You know, that they shouldn't have jobs. They should just be existing on their own.
Right.
Or in some subordinate role where they have no control over nothing. Because those seem the ones who walk around with a book of matches.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Start matches like a motherfucker. You know, and then you have the clients that like are like just be you're trying to teach them to cook and you can't walk away from the stove even if they're cooking goddamn scrambled eggs because you come back and the shit is torched and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing as I talk about this, and then I'm gonna pop back down. That whole idea of attracting the perfect client,
right?
Of building your business based on you and attracting the perfect client is so real because, in my career I've chased money, and chasing money sometimes lands the worst possible client you can have.
Right.
Somebody, or I can help somebody that's either similar to me or really values, what we bring to the table. It's just a different relationship. So I'm just trying to be more intentional about running away from them people walking around with matches.
Right. OMG. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. So, we yesterday we were talking about a number of things that relate to what it means to be an entrepreneur. We were in the hot seat, and we were talking about at the end of it, we're going to have a conversation about scaling, about just that place. Like when you're an entrepreneur, everything's going well, success, you're like, boom, this is working. And then you hit that place, that rough side of the mountain of scaling, and what happens there when you can't afford, when it comes to hiring someone or when it comes to bringing people in, when you can't afford to, but at the same time you can't afford not to. And that and other things like this, bro, putting out fires and all these kind of things. We're going to come together for a convo, bro. Sherry and I were hanging out in the hot seat, and there was another person who jumped in named Cherie, who knew Sherry from some other spaces here, and we chopped it up about it. Bro, gotta have you on that too, bro. I'll holler at you, keep you posted, and we haven't decided on anything times or nothing like that, but I just wanted to drop the bug in your ear just because as I think about people like yourself and Sherry and myself and Cherie and just people who can speak on these things, bro. I want to build with you in that way, and offer value here for people.
Yo, I think that'll be a great thing to do, man. It's crazy how we all want this life, and we all want the freedom, and we all want to do what we want to do and have, more money at the end of the month without an issue.
Right.
but no one ever talks about scaling in a real way,
right?
Like, from the gate. I always think about if I'd have thought about that before I started my business, if I'd have thought scaling instead of later in my business, things will be completely different, right? Because you look at things different when you work from a place of trying to scale instead of work from a place of trying to do.
Right.
But that's another story, man. I wish everybody a great morning, a great day.
100,
LT,
bro.
I'll see you later. I see Eric's here. I just wish you guys a great morning. I'll catch up, man.
You too, Ken. As always, so good to see you and build with you, bro. So good. Everybody, let's open up our microphones and affirm Ken Briscoe on an absolutely amazing day in whatever way you would like. 100. Have a great one, Ken.
Have a great day, Ken.
Appreciate it.
I love what you said because, that also relates to what I was saying earlier about feeling like my potential is there and I'm so far from achieving it. I remember freaking out in high school, thinking like, potential like something drag with you? Is it something that is every rung of a ladder, or is it just all the way up there, just like beyond your reach to get there? I was full freaking out.
It's a whole vibe. When it comes to entrepreneurship, it's a whole vibe. So that's why I can't wait. Not only are we going to do a room, but I just thought about it while we were talking. And Ken, have a great one, bro. While we were talking, I was just thinking about it. I was like, one thing I want to do is with that idea, because there's so many aspects of it, I want to actually have a conference weekend where we basically do like just one room a day, hour or two, and it's going to be devoted to those different topics. It's going to be devoted to scaling and that, and it's going to be pretty much like entrepreneurship, like the not so pretty side, or like the side people don't talk about, like the not so bright side, something that's in that realm to let you know we're not here with another $1 million room. Come here to learn how to make $1 million 1,000,000 times fast It won't be that. I was laughing the other day at Abraxas in the community club room, because he was like, I am so glad about this new hide slide room features. For those that don't know, now you can slide the room in the hallway that you don't want to see and hide that shit forevermore. And he was like, I'm happy about it because of the fact that he said, I don't want to get another ping into a $1 million room, like another how to make $1 million room. He's like, if I get another ping, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I'm not here for that. Leave me the fuck alone. So yeah, we're gonna do something that's related to that other side. It won't be a selling side. Hey, how to be on? It'll be like, look, here's what it is, because you need to know this, because not everybody, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. And so on that tip, everybody, I'm going to actually jump to my good homie, Jamal Blackroot Collier. It's my good brother, and actually he's about to be on his way, and I just want to get an opportunity for us to say hey to him before that time comes. Jamal, everybody open up your microphones. Let's say a good morning to the
Jamal.
Good brother, Jamal.
Hey, peace everybody. What's going on? Good morning, Grand Rising, Grand Opening.
Right.
Hey, how y'all feeling?
Root. What up, homie?
What's up, hey man, I wanted to just chime in on the introvert extrovert conversation.
Yes.
That little portion.
100.
I want to add a whole nother perspective to it, because you got introvert, you got extrovert, and I know most recently you have ambivert, but
Right.
like, we ain't really talking about Eddie Levert,
Ah!
about Gerald Levert, you feel me? Like, that's what we need to be talking about. You need. We need to have some real in-depth conversation about the Leverts, because those cats, man, they had you open and on the inside. You feel me?
Yo, you ain't lying, bro. In fact, we fucked up because they were supposed to be first before there was introvert, ambivert, and extrovert. Like, fuck all that. What about Gerald Levert, motherfucker? What about Eddie?
Right.
God damn
You know
it.
what I'm saying? We always be, you gotta be on your black. You feel me? Like, but in the beginning, there was the Levert.
That was
you know what I'm saying?
Levert,
We
right?
laughed, we cried together for
Right.
the love of money. Like, what you talking about, man? But that's what we really need to be talking about. We're talking about all this scientific shit.
Right.
We need to get back to the
To the
Levert,
basics,
you know?
right?
Wait. So that needs to be a whole TikTok. A whole TikTok. That is funny.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Oh, that's
Love
so
to do
classic.
that. So LT, if you can navigate me, because I got I got real old people tendencies, and that's no diss to people older than me. And like when it comes to technology, my mind can't even absorb and process TikTok properly. Like TikTok to me is like a social media nonstop infomercial that just doesn't stop. It's like a stream of consciousness.
I'm gonna solve all your problems. Watch this, bro. I'm gonna literally and watch this. I'm gonna show you how good I am. I promise you, if I don't solve all your problems with what I say in the next 30 seconds, I will something. Take you out to lunch, something, bro. I owe you something. Or do something embarrassing. That'd be even funny. I had to do something embarrassing. So here we go, bro. All right. First of all, I know exactly what you're saying. Here's what you do. If you look at TikTok in the same way that I do, you'll come straight through that shit. Here we go. All right. I don't look at TikTok for being on TikTok. I never, when I say never, like the only TikTok I actually ever look at is like one or two that like a friend of mine sends me, but like I don't scroll through. It's too fucking overwhelming for me, even though I get it. I so get it. But that's not my attention span. I get overwhelmed with too many damn experiences back. When I go in TikTok, I open up TikTok, I hit the me button and I hit the plus button. I only use TikTok for creating 1-minute videos from the perspective of not TikTok, but from the perspective that when I want to condense information or have a funny experience or fun or information or whatever I'm trying to do, creating that real quick, which literally just hitting the plus button, doing that, and then getting the fuck out of there. That goes there. IG, it automatically goes to the other platforms. But I don't look at TikTok for growing on TikTok. I don't look at TikTok for scrolling through and finding what other people are gonna do and consuming and being in there. None of that. It's literally my new 1-minute movie maker because it's one of the only places, not as far as just apps, but period, like on your phone, or just, it's one of the only spaces where you can like record and not have to edit afterwards, because you can just hit stop and then just pause for a second. Like if you want to switch, if you got a kind of video where, like if you look at my mug video, it was about me getting the mug from my porch and then like laughing and then going to my table and then these things. And the fact that I could hit the record real quick and just record the box and then stop it and then keep going and no editing, like literally not have to edit. And if there was something that I needed to like quickly redo, you just hit remove the last segment. But like in 60 seconds, you have a 60-second video that, not for growing on TikTok, not that, but for everything else that you're doing and all your other stuff. It's the easiest way to create short and to the point stuff instead of just having long form content or content that you gotta fucking edit later. So that's the only thing I use TikTok for, is literally a 1-minute straight to the point movie maker that allows me to do things in a way that works across all platforms and for all of that I'm trying to do. That's it.
Wow, you know what? I was really looking forward to you getting me something to eat. I like food more than I like most people. But you're right. I remember editing, because right now I have, when I post things, for those of you who don't know, I am the co-founder of Baby Beats.
Right.
Which is a live music and movement program for children between the ages of baby to, if you're still a kid at heart, blind, crippled, and crazy, you're 8.
Right.
What I do with the Beatbox Dads, we create videos every week, and this week we're on something called Alpha Beats, where we're literally just exploring different sounds of a particular letter of the alphabet. So this week is going to be the letter Q. So if you get a chance to at Beatbox Dads on Instagram,
right?
And clearly I need to revamp my one on TikTok that I have. But yeah, we did one song, like 1-minute song there. And the editing was so easy, but right now I use Video Shop.
Love it.
And that's a slightly more arduous process. So I think I might be able to utilize, because actually when you were talking to me, and when I was listening to you guys talk this morning,
right,
I was literally editing my video on Video Shop.
Love it.
That I was going to post later today. So
Love
I'm like,
it.
you know what? Let me try. After I post this today, I have another video, because we got one in the can for next week. So I think I might try TikTok.
Yes.
Just to see how that teaser is for that minute. Because when I post the full video on YouTube, I post a 45-second to a minute teaser.
Right.
And slap that on Instagram and Facebook and whatever. So, and my email. So I think you might not need to buy. You might just need to buy me like one chicken nugget.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I think because for the most part, I was ready to be like, nah, bro, I don't want to do TikTok.
Right.
I just don't want to do it. All
Yup.
the stuff you said is great. I don't want to do it. But for the editing feature alone,
that's it.
That makes sense.
Let me tell you, bro, and I'm still gonna buy you lunch literally just because you and I need to sit down and just as homies, just have fun, man, hanging out and catching up.
Big facts.
But bro, when I tell you, let me tell you, right now I have 125 followers on TikTok, 784 likes, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to grow on TikTok. What it is as soon it's literally I do so much.
Wait, Aaron.
Yes.
Just interrupted. How many followers do you have on TikTok?
125.
100 or 100,025?
No, 125.
Oh, okay.
You thought I was saying? Look.
Jamal, you are a handsome young man. I'm looking at your picture. I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh well, thank you, Truth for Life. You got some handsome vittles in that picture. You got some sexy vittles in there. You know what I'm saying?
So how does he just fit right into this room like this?
Oh, that's the homie. Like this, boom.
Yeah.
It's the serendipity plus intention. It equals life. My homie here, my homie Black Root, is an MC. He's an advocate. He's a youth advocate. He's a teacher. Like when I say brother from another mother, like brother.
Is he in Baltimore too?
I'm in Baltimore. I'm a blacktivist. So, I gotta coin that. I'm a blacktivist.
Fuck
Anybody
yeah.
else a blacktivist?
No, you said it. That was it.
We are all blacktivists up in here.
How about it?
Hey, Jamal, you need to put that on the shirt.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yo, that's it.
Like put that in your bio right now in Clubhouse.
Done. Hold on, I'm about to do that right now. Add bio. Blacktivist.
yeah.
That's all I got in my bio too. Somebody put me in blacktivist.
Yo, I love that. Leave that and matter of fact, do that, and that's beautiful, especially right now. That and then going right to your links, bro. I'm a person that loves diversity and variety. Sometimes,
I gotta laugh.
yeah. Go ahead, yo. You got it.
I typed in blacktivist and Siri is on her bullshit. She edited it and put black TI isn't. Yo. Siri, yo.
Siri is not made by us for us.
Hey, that's another video, right? So you can listen. And A-Rod gave you the editing part, but you can also do a small clip on IG too for 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be long. I mean, it's just that funny part that you're doing right now about just bringing different perspectives. Try both, you know.
Well, here's the beautiful part. Here's the beautiful part about IG, and this is what I love about TikTok. Because whatever you make the TikTok pushes straight the fuck to IG.
Right.
Which, and okay, so here's my, so I gave you the first part, got a receipt of confirmation from you, and now I want to like tie a bow on it with a couple things, like a couple bullet points. Okay. I mentioned that I only have 125 followers on TikTok and 700 likes or what have you. Because of this. Now, first of all, 125 people for me is grand goal because I'm the type of person, you see, I care about one person. That's it. But I'm saying that because most people, when they think about TikTok, the reason why they're not on it is because they're thinking like either you just get overwhelmed and exhausted with thinking about trying to grow on that platform and all these things. Like, ain't nobody got, like, everybody don't have time for that, like, especially if you're already managing a lot. So what I do is completely flip the mindset, not only for myself but for others. So I mentioned TikTok, and I completely look at it for a video feature because you actually get all of the above by thinking this way. The first thing is, yes, it is beautiful, especially with you because of Baby Beats and because of just who you are to the youth, bro. I mean, like, you're right there. So of course they are on TikTok. So even just having a profile, and I know you got one and stuff, but I'm just running from the top. Even just that is like, boom, access point for you for what you're trying to constantly do. Now, You take that. Now we know that, but then the next part is like, yeah, but goddamn, I gotta learn something else. Then I gotta learn the hacks. Then I don't have time. So people wind up not being on it. But when you go to this method, then what you do is you're saying, oh, right now, bro, you know me for long form content everywhere. It's that actually now it's completely pivoted modes because I switched based on the seasons and based on what makes sense. So now the most important video to me is just 60 seconds. And that's no matter whether I'm talking about emotional intelligence, whether I'm being a fool and acting up, whether I'm doing something musically or whatever. Because with TikTok, being able to just create that video in that way, you can bring a whole experience of more than 60 seconds to 60 seconds. And you don't have to take, in many cases, more than like 5 minutes to finish the whole process. And then from there, you have a video that's not only a piece of content for you that's stored in your archive on your phone, so that way you can go ahead and push it to like a place like YT, YouTube, where it doesn't automatically push there. But god damn it, how long does it take to upload 60 seconds? And what that means is whether you are at home or someplace where there's Wi-Fi, or even if you're not, but for efficiency's sake, it makes sense to get this damn content up and not on the shelf as a project to be edited in the future. Because all you do, like me and everybody else, is you just have all these goddamn projects and you're like, fuck, and it's just crazy. This allows you to get it in and out of your hands. And even if you got to use your goddamn data and you're out and about, 60 seconds, it's not going to take that long to upload. It ain't going to take that much data, and look at the impact and everything else that you're trying to do. So you have that element. You have the element that it is on TikTok. So when you are actually with your peeps and they're like, hey, I ain't nowhere else, I'm on TikTok, boom, you got content, and you're not trying to be popular on TikTok. I don't give a fuck about being popular on TikTok. You got that on TikTok though, and so you're continuing to build your archive. Secondly, you immediately from there are able to hit plus straight to Instagram, and then boom, you got it on Instagram. A little tip for everybody here: when you push your video from TikTok to Instagram, it's automatically going to be oversized because of just a ratio. If you look in the bottom left hand corner, you're going to see a little like arrow thing. If you touch that, it's going to squeeze it in, and then your video is going to come into play. Come into the frame. Now, it will still be like the very top and the very bottom a little cut off. So, but it's not cut off like it's fucked up. It's just cut off like it's more in focus. So boom, it's on Instagram. And then of course on Instagram, as soon as you're posting it, the rest of the options are there to push to Twitter, to push straight to Facebook, especially if you got a Facebook public figure page. And then boom, you're across all 3 platforms with a piece of content, very little pre-production, no post-production, and the same messages that you're taking 2, 3, 4, 5 times the time to get through, that ain't nobody gonna sit, not ain't nobody, but most people don't have the time to sit and watch anyway because it's just too damn long. Boom, you get it in there, you're in the flow, all things are getting done, and it's not taking you more time, because I learned how to use TikTok going from being like, man, okay, and I finally got the idea, and it came in the form of my naked TikToks. Look at my TikTok if y'all want to see what the naked TikToks are about. Aaron Hill TV. I'm everywhere at Aaron Hill TV, so just look me up there. The naked TikTok, and I was like, I get a chance to do all the damn work that took me weeks to do in 5 minutes, and I can keep it going, and I can keep it flowing. So bro, that's my spiel. I'm glad that it was helpful. I'm glad that my thought was right about it, and I'm still buying you lunch because we're gonna hang out and just keep on chopping it up, man, on that and more.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, bro, because, I like I said, I like food more than I like most people. I'm downstairs, baby. My daughter's about to record something for her social media learning experience. But
nice.
Yeah, let me dig into something and put you in the hot seat real quick, bro. There is something I need you to be a part of with them keys, bro.
Okay.
And hopefully you're available.
Well, DM me. If you can, DM me.
Yeah. So hopefully you're available. So I'm not going to put it out here because it's still in production, but I'll definitely hit you up. But I definitely want you to be down. It's in the summertime, and it's going to be pretty dope.
Wow, bro. I would love to. So hit me up now, because, man, I'm so there. And yeah, bro, I'm glad this was helpful. First of all, man, welcome to Clubhouse. God damn it, good to talk to you. This for everybody here. Even though Jamal and I are friends, this is our first time actually getting a chance to talk in this environment, and I've been Whew. So
and you've been pushing this and telling me to get on social media in this format, because Clubhouse is literally like, it's taking radio back.
Yep.
It's putting it in the hands of the people.
You
know what I mean? It's podcasts with an audience and interact. You know what I mean? So that's something I really do dig about it, because I haven't seen anything like this.
Right.
This is my second time being on, like, in a group meeting.
Right.
First time I was actually invited as a panelist with the homegirl, with the homie Sam, Vintage by Sam. And
okay.
The Spice Suite out in DC. I know a lot of people are familiar with that. And they're really dope out there doing their thing over there in Tacoma. One thing over there about Tacoma Park.
Wow.
But I hopped on there because of her, but I still had hit her with the same thing I hit you with. Like, nah, I'm old man on the inside. I already got these 3 social media pages. I'm done. I don't want to do no more. So I hopped, you know what I mean? So I hopped on, and then you pinged me this morning. You pinged me twice, I think, because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, cool, Aaron's doing something. And then it pinged again. I was like, I have to get on and holler at my man right quick. So, yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all.
You too, man. And I just want to, say in closing, bro, I'm happy that this conversation about TikTok came up, because I always find a way. I always work to find a way for everything to work for everybody, like if it's something that they would benefit from. But because I know firsthand your brand, bro, it is the number one kind of flow, and not so much TikTok, but this whole 1 minute thing, and just how it happens to be that TikTok is the solution for that, bro. That needs to be your all in everything, because as a creative, as an MC, the personality that you are, and your audience, which deeply is the youth, especially as time continues to go forward, you become more and more and more just that person that the youth can relate to and that you relate to. And then on top of that, their parents, but the way that you are as a creative, 60 seconds is your wheelhouse all day long. And oh my God, and you're such an artist. So yeah, bro. So that's that, bro. You can, I always say, if nothing else, bro, just like, even when it comes to this concept and anything else, like, just look at what I do and duplicate that shit in a way that like works directly for you. Cause bro, that's it. But you're gonna smash with this 1 minute video thing. Smash. Cause everything coming down the pike from you in that way, whether it's the hip hop vibe, whether you're talking to youth, whether you're joking, whether you're talking about something serious, emotional intelligence, community shit, whatever, 1 minute, bro, and you going from here to the moon in a way that's gonna even be more than the long form content. Even though continue to do long form content, but put short form first, bro. This short form, yep.
Appreciate that, man.
No doubt,
I'll DM you later, bro. And good morning, everybody. Pleasure to meet you all virtually.
100. Yes, bro. Good to talk to you. Everybody, let's open up your microphones. Yes. Affirm Jamal on an amazing day in any way you would like.
Have a great day, Jamal.
Peace, y'all, too. Make sure
Have
y'all
a great day, Jamal.
Thank you. Follow me, Blackroot1 on Instagram, Beatbox Dads on Instagram, and we'll link up otherwise.
100, bro. Good to see you, man. Yes. Yeah, it's good times, everybody. Good times. Oh yeah, throw your link in your Instagram by your IG link, bro. Matter of fact, keep it Blacktivist and just your IG link for a minute. Let that speak. Because even though, again, I love to prescribe different things to different people, because there's no such thing as a cookie cutter. The bouquet with different flowers is what makes it pop. So even though I have a long bio, have the Blacktivist joint, and then just have your IG and do everything else in speak, and then later on change it. That shit's gonna speak volumes.
Word. Now, should I hashtag the Blacktivist? I think I should.
Yep. Do that. Yep. All of that. Yep. All of that.
Jamal, can you tell me your main IG again?
My main IG is Blackroot and the number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's about to. Can you connect it there like shortly, bro, so we could click it too? Yes. Or okay. Sweet, bro. Even if you hang down in the audience for a second, because we'll all go there and click it so we can all follow you. Much love, bro.
I'll be here. I'm gonna mute. I'm actually doing it right now in a moment.
Sweet, bro. Much love. Right. Woo.
Peace, man.
Yes, yo. I'm telling you, it's so many ways that this just continues to I'm just speechless. LT, what it be? LT. LT, what it be, LT? What's going on, LT?
I'm still in the bed.
Right.
I'm still in the baby.
It wouldn't be right, LT. It wouldn't be right if you know, especially at this point. For those that don't know, LT's West Coast time, so it is 7:06, so 7 now on the dime where LT is. So it's only right, LT. And you know, you just came from your war tour. You know, your East Coast tour. Yo, like you deserve to still be in the bed for at least chilling for a week. You know.
Yeah, well, I don't like to chill for a whole week.
Right, right.
You know, don't put that on me now.
I'm like that too. I'm like that too.
Yeah. So yeah, I turned over. Right there.
Right.
Turned over. Wait a minute. Let me get my bounds before I fall on the floor. Y'all be laughing. Hold on now, baby.
Hold on that there.
Turn on over and get the cord in here.
Right.
We don't talk no more. All right, now we plugged in. Go on,
plugged in. Yes. Oh man, it's so good to see you, LT, as always. Let me tell you, LT, I clicked through your. If y'all haven't done it, in fact, I'm about to do it again right now. Go to LT's profile, click on her Instagram, and look at this very first post right here. This Finding Bay has hosted over 30 rooms. Instagram fucking real. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
LT.
I realized that I said, wait a minute, I've been on over 30 days and we hosted at least over 30 because I wasn't even the host and I was trying to snap all of them, you know, just to have us ready. But I don't have them all, but I know that we've done over 30 because I know Auntie G did one for me.
Right.
But Pam I Am did one. So we've been rocking and rolling. So I just wanted to publicly thank everybody. Like, listen, what was just a thought is now a room on Clubhouse.
I could not. So the other day, I couldn't be more happier. The other day, Eric, when we had come from Pam I Am's Martin Luther King experience, MLK Day experience, and I happened to be able to pop in there, and you know, you had Coco presenting, you had Eric, LT, you were there, we were hanging out, listening in, of course Pam, and there was someone else too she mentioned. It might have been Angela, I believe, and I didn't know Angela at that time, but when I came back to the morning show the next day, Eric was like, man, you must feel like a proud papa, bro. And I was like, why you say that, bro? He's like, bro, like, you do realize how much you had to do with that event, right? And the same thing happened with you, LT. After we met here in this space, you came through, first time us ever meeting. I gave you what was on my heart in the moment. You appreciated, left, created, made it manifest, and then came back and was like, and I looked at your Bay thing and I was like, oh, this is so dope. I was like, damn, this is dope as shit. I wonder how long she been doing this. Cause I give out so much information per day, so much advice I give, like it feeds me to give. Before this experience, I was a little bit tired. Y'all see, I ain't tired at all yet because the giving thing fills me up. So I give so much on a daily basis that I'll remember a lot of things, but I give so much that I'll forget how deep and how intricately I'm a part of things, and how much when it manifests, how much I have to do with that. So that's what happened this morning. Looking at your post, I was just like, I knew, and I was just in that moment like, oh my gosh, I could not be more happy. Even if I didn't have anything to do with it, I'd still be happy. But I'm even more happy to know that, like, out of our conversation came an idea to a manifestation. And then here we are, over 30 Bay rooms so far, and we push. Yo, this is amazing. You're doing amazing work here, LT. And I could not be more proud.
Oh, thank you. And with everything, I appreciate the first day that I came on Clubhouse, you was just like, start a room. I said, okay. Listen, you ain't said nothing but challenge. You said challenge. I said, okay, challenge. I'm on it. And it really has evolved and morphed into its own. It actually can stand without me because I have an amazing tribe of women who actually just hold it down. We're in the pre-launch. Well, we're doing a series right now.
So Finding Bay is now after dark. It's not, you know, in the daytime. That was what they requested. So I always listen to what folks say and do accordingly. And so Finding Bay After Dark has a series now called Relationships.
Yes.
Where different beautiful souls who have expertise or experience, they don't have to be an expert, but just the experience alone makes them an expert. In my book, we feature them and we feature their product.
Right.
So we featured Lenora yesterday. She had which was really amazing. And so yeah, you know, for those in the tribe, let's support our sister and get a self-care box. You can give someone, but just, you know, it's bi-monthly box, but, you know, you only have to get one if you only want one, but let's you know, pour and support her. And so that happened, and then we're, you know, revving up for our blind speed dating.
Right.
It's going to be dope.
Right. Is it?
Really dope.
Oh my gosh.
So we, you know, just following that, and then I actually launched my second room yesterday. Get your shift together.
Nice. Clap it up, y'all. OMG. Woo. Hell yeah.
So that was a really good room. That's where, you know, I just be who I be, and that's in the online space as a strategist and as a strength finder.
Right.
So, I'm back in work mode. And Aaron, I thought that I was going to take a little time to ease back in. Man, hell no. I got here, my house reminded me, like, you work here. You work here. I'm like, oh, I work in the same house. So immediately I have been meeting and growing and so I have some things. Now if I can just sit at the desk and start planning out the content so that people can know, because folks don't know that we've been on Clubhouse for this long. Folks don't know what I do going on. And it's, you know, I've been moving around. So now that I'm home, I have one more appointment today to take care of my foot. And then, you know, I guess I'll be back in Mojo. I don't feel like it though. I don't want to. I don't want to.
What would you, you know, with that, because see, I know what you're saying. You're speaking my language like so deeply. It's like one of those, it's like Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. And for this, a little fun fact, if you didn't know, the song, I Can't Help It. Can't Help It. Right. LT, did you?
I knew you was gonna say that.
Did you know, really? Because that's what it is. I told you, like, we same mind out this joint. Like we twin flames, yo.
If he said I can't help you,
right? Yeah.
And then Jamal Brunt comes in,
right?
With his little, okay, I'm ready.
Yo, did you know this, LT? Did you know that that Stevie Wonder actually wrote that?
I didn't.
Right. It was sung by MJ, but written by Stevie Wonder.
Now you're gonna make me listen to the song this morning. I'm gonna put it on.
Another fun fact. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm the type of person where, you know, even if I want to rest, that's why I love being intentional about rest, because I'm so amped about my life and about being my damn self every day, and that being my career, that yeah, I you know, even when I need to rest, like I'm up and at 'em, I'm flowing. I just love to be productive. It really feeds me. It really does. And I think it feeds you too. And that's why it's good that you as well are the nap queen, because that's that balance. God damn it, that balance is there.
Listen, we were smack dab in the middle of the room, right? Because it went on at 2:00 my time, and I hadn't had a nap, and I knew better than that. And so we talked, and I said, and I started scattering in my conversation, and I said to them, let me just tell y'all that I don't really know what I'm saying right now, because my brain is saying that I did not take a nap in the midst of the room. And I said, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but my body is letting me know that it's time to go nap.
Right.
And they were just like, okay, so can we just wrap this up? Like, you know, I want to know what y'all takeaways are, but do that expediently. Like, I need to go nap. I love my body, man. I love when my body lets me know
yes.
what it needs to know when it needs to know it. So
right.
Yeah, my body was just like, you didn't take your nap, my dear. It's time for you to go ahead and lay it down.
Right. That's that command central.
Yes.
Command central is like, so what we gonna do is this. We're here to serve you notice.
Mm-hmm. I think that if most people will make their body command central,
yes,
these diseases and things like that will not be. Mm-hmm. Our body takes on this disease, or the disease actually comes about because we have not been paying attention. I'll tell you a prime example, right? Real quick. Mm-hmm. I was getting these it looked like blood marks on my leg, right? On my leg. And I kept thinking like, damn, am I running into shit? Like, and I'm looking around like, you ain't got nothing to run around into. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you keep having these marks? So I'm like, man, my leg, like, I keep getting these marks. So I looked it up. And what I found out was that for anemic, when your blood is low, you get these marks on your legs or on your face and things like that. But then I also realized that if you don't catch it now, it's going to lead to other stuff, other blood things. Right. And so I can tell when I haven't had enough of my beets, or if I haven't had enough iron, or whatever the case may be, because my body tells me. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, so now I know that. That's just like my foot appointment today. I looked up what happened, when you have like right in the ball of your foot between the third and the fourth toe, when it's painful. It's Morton aroma. So when I called my doctor, I told him I have Morton aroma. He said, how do you know? I looked it up. I don't let the doctors tell me what's going on in my body, because I'm in my body. Right. So now I'm going to go, and I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to give me a steroid shot just to, uninflame it, because it's just inflamed, and it's been inflamed for a minute. So you got to know your body. You got to know you.
Yes.
You live in this body. You know everything else, but you don't know nothing about your body.
You know everything else, but nothing about your body. Let me tell you, you could not be on more on point, and I feel you. We were talking here the other day, in fact, and I love how this word sums up. The word is interoception. Interoception. If you have never heard of what interoception is, all you got to do is just go over to my bio. I actually have a readout. I have a write-up for it that's actually on my bio, interoception. Not my bio. What am I talking about? I'm talking crazy. It's because I'm multitasking. I'm looking at it, trying to find it. And at the same time, like, where did I put it? I'm going to repost it because this should be up in the early, but I'm going to repost it. Look out for it in a few minutes. But interoception. And interoception is just this whole concept of listening to your body. It's being aware, listening to your body, and then knowing what your body is trying to tell you. So I couldn't agree with you more on that, LT. And I tell you, there's something that's just so important. And what was that? What was that quote, LT? The quote: if you don't make time for your wellness. Something about it was a beautiful little hook. If you don't take time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for sickness, or something like that. Just something that had
something like that. I know. Yeah.
In a nutshell, the gist is just you can either listen to your body, or your body will force you to fucking hear it. That's gonna be my next quote. You can either listen to your body, or your body will force you to hear it.
That's a powerful one right there.
Yeah, and so I feel you on that. And again, that's what I appreciate about your balance. That's what I appreciate about you being such a go-getter, such a person that's a mover and shaker by every sense of the word. And you got the yang. You got the yang to your yin, that you know how to rest. You know how to sit your ass down sometime, and take a rest. You know how to just give you what you need, so that other side can benefit, and everybody in the world around you benefit from it. I am celebrating Bay. Hey, look, this Bay After Dark thing, oh my gosh. Because, here's the funny part. I saw your Bay room when you first created it, and I was scrolling through the hallways, And it was right in between that time where after we had the conversation and then you launched the idea, and then it was before we had the convo again. And when I was scrolling on the timeline, I saw Finding Bay. I was like, damn, that's cool as shit. You know, it's a cool thing. But I didn't pop into the room at the time because, you know, I be careful out here in these streets, right? So, you know, but I was like, oh man. And then when you confirmed it, I'm like, oh my gosh. That's such a dope idea because, of course, the first thing you're thinking about is bae, like boo, or like, you know, get in with the person, which is great because that gave you the flexibility to apply it to all things in life. But it gets people dropping in. And then when you put this after dark thing, boom, psychologically, of course, you see bae after dark. That's a whole nother other. So LT, you know, I am a sucker and a fan of niche ideas and niche psychological ideas. I'm high-fiving the hell out of you right now because this is, and we only a month in, yo. God damn.
I know.
We only a month in.
But you know what I like to do with a concept or a niche idea? I like to extend it until it has all its legs and arms to it.
Right.
So Finding Bae can be a journal, right? It also can be a course on how to, you know, be an example or to be bold and experience, so abused and experience, whatever the bae is, right?
Yes.
And so even like you were saying, like, you know, put that on the mug, put it on this, put it on that. You know, the challenge, not the challenge, the
process.
The process
Yeah.
is that I'm still growing the arms and legs of get your shift together.
Yep.
Reset solutions.
Yep.
So now I got this concept and I'm like, God damn. So
yep. That's the world of us as creatives, as creatives. Let me tell you my secret sauce. My secret sauce is that I always just listen to my heart and go with the thing that's right there in front of me that's pulling me the most. Because if you go with the thing that's pulling you the most, on the other side of that equals a toast from your client, your customer, or your audience. Because of the fact that when you show up, where if you go with what is on your heart the most, you show up in a particular way that shoots so far into the cosmos of like people's hearts, people's visibility, all of that. Again, because you are coming not only with 100%, but 110. And it's because of where like your heart is and where your drive is. So that's my secret sauce, actually. Like, I'm a person that has a million ideas. Right now, if I was to show you all my notepad for Clubhouse, I have 41 room concepts that are just as potent as this one. And right now, I'm only concerned with like 3. No rush, because I'm pushing where my heart is the most right now. And that's why I was telling Jamal earlier about the 1-minute video thing, because LT, that's for you and me too. Like, everybody, like that way right there, especially with what you were saying about like your audience doesn't know, and I was saying the same thing. That's one of the biggest ways to do it, in the form of these 1-minute ideas, these 1-minute thoughts, these 1-minute rants, these 1-minute like everything. And that's why I love that you created the reel, because those short things right there are that's the real deal. But yeah, this bae thing, I'm just excited. Everybody, once again, I'm going to quickly reset the room. I want to say hello to Coco, hello to Eric, the good brother T. Hope you all doing well. By all means, y'all know how it is. If y'all want to come up to the stage, by all means, throw a wave. And if not, if you're working, doing other things, as always, we love you, Accountability Family. And we thank you, of course, as always, for just hanging with us. Your presence by itself is food to us. And so so that's the thing, you know, that is the thing, getting out of your head. I like to, for everybody in here, I don't care who you are and what you're doing, if you remove the pre-production and post-production by doing something that's so simple and easy to what you do, and it doesn't require a whole lot of thought, you will see yourself from here to success as far as whatever you want to do and the content that you're creating for it. This comes from a content creator since 2008 that has over 5,000 videos and countless articles and countless write-ups all over the internet. That's the process. That's how I went from 0 to 6 figures in 4 years. Created 2,000 videos on YouTube at that time. created a global audience and everything. It was from finding the efficient thing where I didn't have more projects to do, because projects are cool. You put them all in the background. You let them all be there. Let them come to the front where they may. But you take the thing that's most important to you, you remove all of the stuff, get out of your own head so that you can show up as often as you feel fit possible to create that, and you'll be on your way to success. Real talk. Real talk. So yes, that's the deal. And one other thing I want to say here, and LT, I want to ask you this right before we say, let's see, we got to jump to Auntie Gina again, hang out. And hello, Diamond, thanks for hanging out, coming in and hanging out. We were talking earlier, if you all weren't here, this day today, one of the underlying currents of this show today has been about being, whether you're an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert. And in this particular article I've been reading, and we've been having fun chopping it up about from time to time, is really digging into this whole ambivert thing. And then the good brother Jamal let us know that we were leaving some verts out of the equation, like in the form of Eddie and Gerald. And
I can't wait till you do something on that.
Right. Shit is funny as hell. So with that, LT, where did you fall in that spectrum? Where do you fall?
Oh, I'm an ambivert. I've been knowing this for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an ambivert.
Yeah.
I'm introvert.
Love it. See, that's what I love about self-awareness. That's what I love about self-awareness. Okay, welcome to come on up. And Diamond, I see you. Let me invite you, please. Pam, up.
My verse starts with a P. My verse starts with a P. I'm just saying. Okay now. Okay. Good morning, Coco.
Coco says my verse starts with a P. Oh my God, I love that shit. Well, in that case, then I guess I'm two verts. Then I guess I missed the damn verse.
If you got Gerald Levert, you already covered.
That's true. But then the third, because she just let me know about one that I was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm that kind too. So yeah, LT. So you knew this. You knew that you were ambivert. LT, when did you? Because if it's like me, I didn't learn about the term ambivert at the same time that I learned about introvert and extrovert. Like, that shit came later. For you, was it later too, or you learned it all at the same time, and right then and there it was like, boom, yep, that's me.
Well, I was looking for a vert, right? I was looking for a vert because
right.
I knew that.
Like Gerald.
That's what we just said. Right?
Anybody got some verts in their families?
Yeah.
I do not.
I gotta show y'all my stepfather. My stepfather literally is a spit image of Gerald Levert. It's kind of crazy, and he can kind of jive sing. I was just about to say he's not all the way Levert, but he ain't shabby. He not too bad.
My father reminds me of Aaron Neville. So weird.
Right.
Exactly. So your dad is Red Fox, and your stepdad is Levert. Who is?
Right. My dad is Red Fox. She's right. My father is literally a duplicate of Red Fox. Oh my God. If y'all were to see him now, my mom, she jokes. They're not together, but every time she sees him, she either calls him Frederick Douglass or Fred Sanford, and it's funny as fuck. But yeah, my dad is second coming of Red Fox. Yep, and my stepdad is Gerald Levert. You're right. I didn't even think about it that way. So yeah, you were looking for your vert,
I was out
LT.
there in the streets looking for my vert, right? Because I knew that part of me loved being outside,
right?
Right. But then a part of me don't mind being around nobody at all.
Right.
I'm like, what do I fit in between?
Right.
And then I found it. I said, oh, so there is a vert. There is a vert. And so I found that maybe a couple of years ago because I did a post on it that I was just like, ambivert. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I love that shit. I love it.
Do you know your vert?
Right, I know my vert.
That's a conversation right there.
It really is. We should do it. In fact, let's do that. Because we're going to do this.
And bring Jamal in so he can do all about the vert.
Right. 100. So
Jamal be over there talking about, but I know that there's a girl of vert.
Right.
Yeah. So
and come to with that video. With a really scientific perspective.
Yeah, with a whole scientific.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right, a whole scientific explanation. That's like equivalent of this kind of stuff that I'm reading, and then don't even say this as a joke until later. Be like, yo, are these people serious right now? Like, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, because when he did that on that song, yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more that's in this whole Ambivert article. And again, if you all are not tuning in right now, we are live on FB, and so this is for you and me to be able to refer to and see. So by all means, go back to this info, because I promise you this is nourishing for your soul. So check this out. This author splits this up into 3 categories. It's interesting. 3 categories. So the first thing we just talked about was situational introversion. And we were talking about how ambiverts typically slide up and down the spectrum depending on the situation, context, or people around them. And this author calls that situational introversion. Basically, there are some places where you are extroverted and some places where you're not. It just depends. Here's the other thing. It says find your nourishing locations. Splitting the 3 into categories: thrive, neutral, and survive. Places where you thrive or neutral or survive. Use this list of common places to find your top 3 thrive locations. Places where you are your best self, and your top 3 survive locations. Place where you dread going. This is really, really cool. Again, and if you were to see this on the screen, it actually is a little picture where he just has thrive, neutral, and survive. And it says places, where do you thrive? And the whole goal is for you to write down each one of these sections so it'll let you know what kind of vert you are. And the other thing, like we talked about earlier, even with Sherry, it was like a breath of fresh air. It actually makes you understand yourself on a whole other level. So I'm going to do this myself. And what I'll do is I'll come back with mine, let you know what it is in that vert experience, and then we'll chop it up further. Use this list of common places. So this is how you know. Where do you put these in your categories? Thrive, neutral, survive. Bars, nightclubs, restaurants, house parties, boardrooms, office meetings, conferences, coffee shops, cocktail parties, backyard parties, and last but not least, networking events. This author's examples was that he thrives in dinner parties, movie nights, and barbecues. He survives in nightclubs, bars, and concerts. And the thing that's pretty neutral, that's in between, are phones, being on the phone, conferences, and networking events. When you know where you thrive, you can build your schedule and your time around the locations where you can be your best self. So I'm gonna stop there because that's the next segment in this. And the next part I'm gonna read, find your nourishing people, and that'll probably be the last one for the day today, as we continue to say, hey, and everybody, open up your microphones and let's say a huge good morning again to, first of all, Auntie Gina. We didn't get a chance to hang out with you.
Just totally skipped me, but I'm an introvert.
Not at all.
Auntie G, are you eating cookies?
Not yet. No, I'm doing a lot of packing and shipping right now. I'm clicking shipping right now.
You mean to tell me this whole time you have not had cookies in the way that you've been tripping with us?
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought so too.
I appreciate that. I'm going ahead and break one open now.
Break me off some of that cookie.
Oh, let me tell you, these peanut butter
the pecan
are off the chain.
Oh my gosh. So
I don't know if to order some or just come get them because I think we're in the same state.
Okay, my text. Well, I'll just give you my phone number. I don't care. All these people in the room, I like them anyway.
Not out loud.
Okay.
DM.
Send me to them in Instagram. I just followed you.
Okay.
Yeah, DM her. In fact, DM her.
And I stay on airplane mode, so it's better to text me because I'm tired of all them damn warranty
I know,
calls.
right? I know.
So,
Auntie G.
Yes.
Just a quick follow-up. I wanted to make sure that your machine is working correctly. Is working good?
Oh my God. I'm so happy with this thing. My only thing is I got to figure out how to create cool labels and shit so I can put little sticky notes on them. But other than that, my click and shit, my UPS, all my shit is so tight. I'm so proud of myself. I don't know what to do.
Wait a minute. This is cool. This is cool. This sounds like, this is dope as hell. So even though this is the first time I'm hearing it, it sounds like you all are talking about, the process of Auntie G getting the stuff out and the whole labeling, the whole pack, like the whole, when you do it at home to prepare it. Am I right?
Oh, I got it down to a T now. I know. I'm so proud of myself.
Yes.
Because I wasted a lot of damn paper, let me tell you.
I can definitely understand that. Well, yes, Auntie G. And I'll tell you, right now on FB, I am holding up the last of my Auntie G cookie. Now, y'all would laugh if y'all were to see what I mean by the last. I'm not even going to tell y'all what it is. You got to, when you get a chance, you got to come over, not now, but like later on, come over to my FB page and look at the live, and you're going to see what I'm holding up. And so, yes, Auntie G, is always good to see you. Always good, as always. And we love you. We love you so much. Everybody, I also want to refresh the room and say hello to JD, Andrea, Jacqueline, Sierra, once again, Eric, and T. By all means, thank y'all for hanging out. And if you'd like to come up to the stage, the goal is to say hey to you and to stand in accountability with you by all means. And on that tip, everybody, let's open up our mics and let's see if she's around. She might be in the process of taking over the world via her computer. Everybody, let's open up your microphones and say a huge good morning to Coco, Lorraine, Vera.
Hey, Coco.
Coco.
Good morning.
Go, Coco. Go, Coco. Go, Coco.
See, sometimes you just gotta give somebody a theme song too.
You do. You really do.
Don't make me spit up in here.
I got one.
Bring back the beat. Bring back the beat.
Oh. Go.
I'm saying, for real though, it's like this. All right. Here we go. Ready? Yes. I never get to the point. You know what I'm saying? Real though. It's all right.
Right.
It's like this. Here we go.
My headphones up.
Okay, I'll give you my bars. Okay, here we go.
I like that. That shit was killer. Go ahead. We got you.
Rosa Parks sat on the bus like so.
Oh.
Revolutionize the ride like whoa.
Whoa.
Harriet Tubman with Underground for ya. Brought all the slaves free to Canada. Nelson Mandela was the prisoner, though, but to be the president for show. Yo.
Oh. Right.
Those are my 3 bars. 3 bars. I'm really proud of them. I got 3 bars.
Right. Yes. Let me tell you.
You spit them bars.
Look, I'm wiping my face cause you spit them bars and they came through the damn, I'm wiping my face.
Always California. I felt it.
That's right. Call me 25 cents. 2 dimes and a nickel, baby. 2 dimes and a nickel. What?
2 dimes and a nickel.
5-bar comedian. For real.
2 dimes and a nickel. Like you can't even say nickel. Nickel. Look, it's like where your nickel and N-word gotta sound the same. Like 2 dimes and a nick. Nick. Like you can't even say the whole thing. Nick. Oh my God, yo. OMG. Coco with the flow, yo. Coco with the flow, yo. What's going on, Coco? How's your flow going this morning?
I am later than a mug. I'm so late this morning.
Let's just say you're early for tomorrow. I like to flip that around and just be like, when I'm so late, I just be like, nah, I'm just actually early for tomorrow. I'm actually early for tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to work it out. I mean, I'm excited about business. I'm excited about some rooms I was in last night.
What?
OMG.
Do tell.
Oh, I was in this room last night with they had asked me to co-host.
Right.
We were talking about domestic violence, and I went in on some stuff about trauma bonding and Stockholm syndrome and because these babies up in here are wondering like why is it so hard for me to leave and how come I can't and why am I so stuck and they just really traumatizing themselves and reliving all of these horrors. And I said, baby, that's not your fault. And I just went in and I never knew that my crazy, silly personality is like 25 cents would work in that. Well, I knew that, but on this type of setting, like it was really hard to get them to listen at first because they just were so caught up in the trauma. And I was like, yo, abuse is like a bitch, yo, I'm getting some red bottoms out of this. And I just went off just like I would in a joking matter with 25 cents. And then all of a sudden the room hushed. And they were like, who is this?
Wow.
What did you say, Coco?
Wow.
I was like, I had to be louder than the world right now, louder than TV, louder than, and I've done this on stages with youth for years, but it was like times 10.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a room full of people talking about their trauma, and they were just getting lost in the pain and what that sounds like and what that looks like. And I was like, I had to like literally go in, and then they heard me, and I said, it's not your fault. There's a reason why. It's trauma bonding. It's Stockholm syndrome. It's happy violence, and it's addicted to the chemicals in your own brain that spurt out of your mind when you're in a painful situation with somebody, because that's what the body does to protect you. You don't know you're addicted to that.
Right.
And there was like, it was phenomenal to be able to teach on that level to some people who just, were just really, really hurting, but have such beauty in them, I'm really excited about the rooms, about, the room I'm hosting tonight. Thank you, LT, for pushing me to do that. And Saturday, because, I said to the girls, I'm gonna call you all this, my red bottom speakers. I was like, oh, Coco, we like that. That's the name of your clubhouse.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, because we started from the bottom, now we're here, and we fought for our freedom with our blood, sweat, and tears. And that's why we are red bottom speakers.
Woo.
Right? And so we're going to get paid for every pain that we've been through, and we're going to buy some red bottoms with this bitch, okay?
Bars! Bars! From the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Then the tears.
Baby.
Oh, man.
We fought for this shit with our blood, sweat, and tears, and so now we're going to get paid. I didn't go through all of that to be broke. I didn't go through all of that, So this mission to transform survivors into thriving trauma-informed speakers with style. The style is the red bottoms too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
let me tell you,
that was kind of cool.
If I could just throw this in there, the thing I love about hearing you speak this, and it's the thing I always love hearing about you speaking this way. The thing that you're really, really giving is such deep empowerment. Like the first key, you and I talked about the other day, in your flow, the way that you first start off is you come from this place of validation as opposed to judgmental evaluation. And that, like, going in that direction, and then these kind of things that give identity, like you're giving identity, you're linking people with who they are and with concepts that allow them to identify, to know where they can go from where they are. It's amazing to me. It's amazing, but I can understand why it would be so like, it would register, it would really like click, and I'm thinking on the other side of the coin, like as these young people and as these other people, it's just like, it clicks because you have someone that is not judging you. It's the thing I win with most in life. Not judging a person and just listening or just considering or being empathetic or validating. And I just love that that's just natural to your formula. And of course, it makes sense. Your very point of entry was at 17, right with your peers. So you know what it feels like to be in a space where you can either be judged or someone can understand you, validate you, and then lift you up. Like, you know the proper way to support a person because of direct experience.
Yeah, it feels so fulfilling to be able to do that, and I'm excited. I'm on fire. It's like, okay, I'm gonna quit my job and do Clubhouse full time.
Right.
I know how I'm gonna pay the damn rent. I'm about it.
Right.
It's pretty awesome to be able to be in an app where you can speak, you can point to people, you can laugh,
right.
you can bring them into your world, I was on there for like 2.5 hours,
right,
and lives were changed in those moments, because those light bulbs were going off in their minds.
Right.
About, oh, it's not my fault.
Right.
And so then, that's why it's hard for me to leave, so-and-so and such and such. And then they started to beat up on men. I said, hold up, wait a minute, come on now, pull it back.
Right.
Okay? Hurt people. Like, you can love somebody, but what if he goes into psychosis when he beats the shit out of you? He's not in his right mind. But that doesn't mean you're supposed to marry him. That means that you can love him, but love him from afar, protect yourself. But you don't have to bash him and make him feel like he's too sensitive, because he's never going to heal that way. He needs counseling. He probably needs some medication, and he needs to get out your house too.
Right.
But you don't have to hate him. So these concepts that I'm able to just spit, and then, and transformation happens. I said, hate is not going to heal your heart. It's not, yeah, I can go on for the next 2 hours, but I better not, because we need to talk to each other. But I'm truly excited about the work I can do with youth here, young people, young adults, because it's just speaking their language. When they see an auntie, they all start calling me auntie now. When they see auntie come in the room and she can say, just speak the language that is easy for them, because bitch in my day meant something horrible, and I didn't like it, and I was disrespectful, and I wish somebody would.
Right.
I wish you would call. I wish you would. But that they don't see it the way we do.
Right.
Right. It rolls off their tongue because they've become immune to the impact of that word.
Right.
And so when I come in that space, and I'm able to meet them where they're at and not judge them and love on them and speak their language, then they listen. And it's powerful.
Oh, my God. That's a formula right there. That's a formula. I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, everybody that's here, I just enjoy this flow and what we're doing here on this app. Coco, last thing I want to ask you right before we jump to saying good mornings to Diamond and hanging out. With everything that you with everything that you said, and with what we've been talking about these verts, where do you think that puts you? Where are you on that vert scale? Vert spectrum. I mean, besides the one we've already identified.
You know what? I'm such a chameleon. I think I'm all three.
Right. I get it.
I bounce between, because you know me. I mean, you have been really pushing me. Come on, do more. Like, I had a conversation with Eric even about the fact that I need to be doing more videos on Instagram, that I just like to put these pretty posts with pretty words, and I'm not, I'm like, yeah, but my hair is growing out, and I can't get to the hairdresser because everybody, he's like, what you saying? So there's a part of me that's very shy. People don't believe that I'm shy because I have a big mouth.
Right. That's the same way I am. Same with me too.
And then sometimes where I'm just like loving the stage, and and then there's sometimes where it's both. So I don't know.
Well,
I think which I guess means that I'm the same thing as LC. I'm in the middle. I'm both.
I think you're ambivert as well. As soon as I started reading this chart, the first word that was on this chart that I just read, as far as the 3 categories, was thrive. It was thrive, neutral, and then survive. And of course, as the thrive queen, I can't wait till you get your club so that joint could be up top. I thrive by design. It's gonna be so cool. But you and how much you deal with thriving in your formulas, I'm like, oh yeah, that speaks. Because here's the thing, one of the places that goes in that first category of thrive is the stage, and the type of stage that you've been on, like in that environment, And then when you look at why, especially the way they broke it down, it's like Oh yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. So I agree with you. I think we're all kind of in the middle in some way, but and then we have, you know, those that are extroverts and introverts. But I'm glad to know that finally, like, those of us that weren't like either, and it was kind of in the middle, that there was it's some rhyme and reason to it, so to speak, you know. So that makes sense to me. Well, yep, Amber. And yeah, we you brought to mind the other vert about myself that I forgot, and thank you for that, telling me that it starts with a B.
That word needs to be rebranded. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. 100%. OMG. Yes, y'all. So, as always, you know, I know you got work to do and you're getting in. So, if you wind up rolling out, everybody, let's just say one more good morning as Coco continues to hang out until it's time. Say good morning and affirm Coco on an amazing day today on purpose. Let's do it. Everybody, open up your microphones.
Have a great day
Have a
on
great
purpose,
day.
Coco.
Yes.
Have an amazing day, Coco.
Yes.
Okay, Coco.
Yes.
Keep spitting.
Yes.
Hey, Eric.
What up, y'all? What up?
What's happening, fam?
I feel like doing this.
Good morning.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I feel like doing this. Eric.
Right. Right, just keep this shit going.
Are you crying or saying hello?
I'm doing what they did when that girl kept saying bye, Ray. Or one of the video shows. So I just said, Ray. She just kept that thing going. I just felt it in my spirit.
Yo, that's hilarious. And so on that, yeah, I'm over here. I'm getting my wake and bake on. I put my PAX. So PAX 3, I got a PAX 3 vape. Got this joint on ultra powerful bionic mode, and I just got right. And I just took a hit that was like, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Yeah. So. No, let me tell you something. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm glad you said that. Okay. So I meant to show y'all the special. I wish I had done this when I first started it, but you'll see the last little bit on FB. So what I'm showing on FB is my oatmeal right now. And in my oatmeal, I'll go ahead and give away what I meant earlier when I was like, I have Auntie G's cookies, but you'll see the form. So basically, I had a whole damn bag of crumbs like at the bottom of my bag, right? So what I did was, since they already got, you know, crushed up on their own, just in travel, I put them in my oatmeal. And I've only eaten a little bit of oatmeal yet, but I was like, yeah, that's the special. I done the Auntie G oatmeal cookie special. But yeah, so one more thing I want to say, just to quickly reset the room, I want to say hello to Belle, hello to Jacqueline. Thank you so much as always. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you're enjoying this morning's show. We got a few more minutes to go. And by all means, if you'd like to come up to the stage so we can say hey, all you got to do is give a wave. And if not, continue to enjoy the show. And everybody, let's open up our microphones and say a huge good morning to Diamond. Diamond.
Good morning, Diamond.
Morning,
shine
Diamond.
bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
What?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Thank you.
See, where else can you go? Where else can you go, Diamond, and get that kind of intro on a morning show? Like, where else can you
Nowhere.
go?
Only here at the AP morning show. Morning show.
Hey.
Yes.
Y'all lit.
What's happening, Diamond? What's going on with you this morning?
Just here at work. Just finished a client. Getting ready to do some work. I was looking up
this vert thing, right? This vert.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, what is this? I'm seeing Ambivert and Ambivert. And the Ambivert is someone whose overall behavior is between introversion and extroversion. And Omnivert is someone who can be either at different times. That sounds like the same. kind of, but not really. I kind of get it.
Right.
Because one person may not display one or the other at different
Right,
times.
one of the
It may
other
just
traits,
be
right.
one. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. But I'm an extrovert.
Yes.
I like to, that doesn't mean I don't like to be by myself.
Right.
You know. So I don't know if that, I don't think I'm an introvert. I'm not an introvert.
Right.
But I do enjoy alone time.
Right.
I think extrovert just means when you're around people, you're in, you know, you're outgoing, you're into it, But when I'm around people, that's definitely me. I'm never an introvert.
I feel you. I love that. So let me ask you a question. So what would you say, like, I know with some people who are extroverted, like do you feel you're that way, like, when it comes to like planning? Like if you were starting to plan or work on something new, I love people like this. My friend Nikki is like this. Like when she's the best team worker because she's an extrovert, and the majority of her creative energy comes from collaboration. And I love it because it means every time we get together, it's like plows, like fireworks everywhere. We're developing all kinds of stuff. Do you find that you're the same way? Do you prefer to build like that in conjunction with another person, or a team, or versus by yourself?
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. And the reason why I say that is because
I'm sorry, I made it laugh. You'll see why I'm laughing a little bit later, right after you finish it. You'll see why I laugh.
Because even though I love to work with a team, I'm one of those people that I'm good at going, this is what you're good at, this is what you're good at, this is what you're good at, so this should be your job, this should be your job, this should be your job.
Right.
And let me do my job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because once I get going, I'm going.
Yeah, you're going.
What I mean? Yeah. But I'm very good at seeing what other people's gifts are. Like, okay, you're really good at this, so this needs to be what your role is and whatever we're trying to plan. Like, so go.
Right.
That's me.
I feel you on that. So the reason why I laugh, because when I asked you the question, your two words was, it depends. And it made me laugh because I don't think you were in here earlier when I read this part of the article, but check this out.
Okay.
It says, we can also self-select our tendency towards extroversion. Which explanation sounds more like you? Here's the first one. Number 1, I'm drawn to people. I get energy from social gatherings and am fairly outgoing. You're an extrovert. It's draining to be around lots of people. I prefer peace, solitude, and quiet time. I usually crave alone time in my free time. That's introvert. It depends. That's ambivert.
That's funny.
Yo, that's why I bust out laughing, because I was like, talk about confirmation. Boom. It was just like, it depends.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I feel you on that. The one thing I love about this, and even learning more about it, is that what you start to see, and this is my bouquet philosophy. I think about life as like a bouquet, but a bouquet with like different flowers, and I look at everybody and their gifts as different flowers. I look at everybody and what they bring to a tribe, what they bring to a family. They're different, and that's what I love so much about you all. It's like we all are similar. That's what brings us here. Like our common interest brings us here. And then the beautiful thing is that we have that connectivity, and then we all have our distinct version of who that is as it shows up in the form of Diamond and Aaron and LT and Meyer and Auntie G and Coco and Eric and T and Jacqueline. You know what I mean? But it's like, I love that. So the thing I'm loving about learning about introvert, extrovert, ambivert is that you see how everybody is needed, because everybody's traits work really well for certain scenarios,
Right.
Like there's the time when there's an introvert who has an idea about something, and the best thing is that they don't let other people's opinion interfere with it. And it's not because it wouldn't be other good opinions, but maybe, just maybe, that the future would be that one idea that person had was the one that just literally, like, it was a world revolution out of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the extrovert side, where there's some ideas where the best thing that happened was that this person, it was geared towards making connections with others and building, and that's how the great thing happened. So you realize all these traits are good for different scenarios, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the cool thing I've been enjoying. That's what's up. Did I miss Miss Peggy today? Is she gone for the day? No, you only do her hair once a week, right? How many times?
She comes probably like once every 2 weeks. I just saw her son in the hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Miss Peggy have a consistent day that she comes? Like, is it like every 2 weeks on Tuesday at 6 or something like that?
No.
Okay.
No, she's it's just kind of like a random day.
Got it.
She doesn't have a specific day. She's such a blow by the wind type of person.
Right.
If she just said that wear her hair, like every time she comes, she's like, you know me, I just wanted to like be like a blow by the wind type of look. See, it's true.
Wow. For those here that don't know, you know, Miss Peggy is one of Diamond's clients. Diamond works with seniors with doing hair. She has a business that works with seniors, and Miss Peggy is 105 years old, and we've been talking about Miss Peggy since I met Diamond, and I just can't wait to, you know, talk to her or say hi to her or just anything, learn anything from her. So that's what Miss Peggy's are. That's why I always ask Diamond, how's Miss Peggy doing? Because at 105, like, I'm just like, man.
I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna DM you a video that I have of her on my page where she's like talking. Like, I got a couple videos of her on my Instagram.
Can you? Okay, this is something that I just, in having a business chop up the other day with my buddy, he reminded me of something that I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Can you? I don't know if it's easy enough for you to do. Could you repost it as like one of your, like, just the newest posts or something like that? Is it too much trouble to do that? If it is, then don't worry about it. I'll just, you know,
I'll put it on my story.
Oh, perfect.
I'll put it on my story. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. That's cool. That's what's up. So cool. Well, you know, it sounds like you're having a good day so far, you know, and that kind of thing. Is there anything we can stand in accountability with you on, just in general today?
Make sure I'm in my room tomorrow.
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us all about it.
Look, I can make sure I hold myself accountable to my own room.
Let's get it.
But I got all my alarms set for tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you how you know that. I love this. I'm gonna pull at this rope a little bit more. So, I'm glad you got your alarm set, and now you got 7 other alarms around you. As soon as you tell us, what room is this, what time to be there with you and to be with you.
Okay, so every Friday, 6 p.m.
Yes.
How breast cancer changed my life. It is a support group for anybody who has been directly or indirectly affected by breast cancer.
Okay. Take exactly that statement that you just said, the last 15 seconds. If you haven't done this already, and this is going to be for you, but everybody, think about this same information, put it into your formula. If you haven't already, Diamond, well, let me ask you first. Have you gone to the search feature as far as keyword and typed in the word cancer or cancer survivor?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, I can imagine from there you've probably followed a number of people, right? Okay. When you get a chance, if you haven't done it already, maybe you've already done it. Have you? That last statement, I think, especially with how friendly it felt, how warm and inviting. I recently I DM'd everyone who I found under that exact not that keyword, but my keyword at the time was emotional intelligence. And so now a lot of those people are pouring into this room, pouring into the audience deeply, and then also into other platforms and that kind of thing. But they're showing up to my rooms I'm wondering, have you done that?
No.
Okay, that's your next step. So boom, I hope that the only thing is I did it like right away. So as I did the keyword, and again, to take it from the top for everyone, if you're trying to get farther as far as your message about anything on this app, one of the ways to do it is to take the word that's associated with what you're doing, whether it's accountability, whether it's cancer survivor, whether it is trauma, whether it's bike riding, whether it's motorcycle, whether it's lollipops, it doesn't matter. Go to the first page, where you hit up the all rooms feature, you go out to the hallway, and then you see that little magnifying glass. Hit the magnifying glass and throw that word in there and look for people that relate to the same thing you do. After you do that, I would first suggest you just follow them, because this process will help out more, because the person will see that you care about them and you're not just there to just be like spamming and that kind of thing. I suggest you hit follow, and then I suggest you immediately, while you're doing this process, you can do this 5 minutes at a time, do it while you're in the grocery line waiting, hit from follow, go down to their Instagram, if they have Instagram, if not Twitter, go down there and then hit that, follow them there. One thing to do would be to comment authentically. Look down their posts and just find something that you authentically, like it pulls at you. You like it, it's whatever. Comment on it authentically and say, hey, I followed you on Clubhouse, nice to meet you. DM them when you have an event like this that's dealing directly with that topic. Put together a copy and paste DM, one that's you just keep in your notes. And to give you an example, I'm gonna read this real quick. Hey, in searching on Clubhouse for other people who could relate to emotional intelligence, I came across your profile. I followed you and decided to reach out to connect. I have a laid-back daily morning show where we chop it up about this, topics, and other positive topics. We have a few good laughs, enjoy some good music, and just stand in affirmation and accountability with each other each day on productivity. I love to invite you just to, hang out, listen in, or be a part of the convo if you're ever around in the morning. At any rate, either way, it's just nice to meet you. And then the event is there at the bottom, the link. And I also would send people the graphic, just the snapshot of the screen when I make an event. I just send them that, because of the fact that right now Clubhouse is still developing, so you don't have the best tools to be able to link people like to your profile and that kind of thing. So that's a hack for you. I promise you, if you do that process, just literally 60 seconds here or there, 5 minutes here or there, search for a person that particular keyword, follow them, hit them in the DM and just say, hey, I found you just because this is something we both care about. And then boom. What you'll see is what you all have seen. People like Ayana, people like Trish that have come through, people like Brandon, these are people I just literally don't know, but now they're here with us in the flow because of that process. And Diamond, I really suggest you do that when it comes to the cancer survivors.
I definitely will. I have been following people, but I hadn't, and following them on Instagram, but I hadn't taken that next step, those next couple steps. So thank you. I'll do that.
100%. And it's that point of when you're on their Instagram and you find something authentic to comment on, something where it really would be something you would comment on anyway, and you just drop like literally a couple words, that shows that you care. And then the DM feels like a warm DM where it doesn't feel like you're trying to sell them something like, here, because everybody's pinging everybody for everything. This is more of a warm invitation. And when I tell you the results, I've sent out 80 messages like this, and so far I've gotten 70 back, and all of them were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for reaching out to me. Now, the one benefit of this app is that these kind of positive gestures work really well, because this app is still where it's new, people are looking for things to get into. So this works at a really good time. But yeah, that's a thought. And other than that, you said Friday, 6 p.m. Did you say? All right.
Yes.
Friday, 6 p.m. I'm turning on I'll be starting here with the piano serenade, but I'm gonna try to come over right afterwards, and I'm turning on my noties. Everybody turn your notifications on. Diamond, we're so there for you. I'm so excited about this, and we are there for you, so that you can come through.
Thank you.
100.
Have a good day, y'all.
You too, everybody. Let's open up our microphones and affirm Diamond.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Diamond, I'm going to
break like a
inbox you.
diamond.
What you say, Elsie?
I'm going to inbox you.
Okay.
Yes, yes, family. Yet another day. Another AP morning show. Accountability partners, y'all. That's who we are. Going near and then going very far. We know how to just join together, not fight or even spar, leaving those scars, in fact, healing some. And on that tip, I want to say hello and good morning again to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 friends. LT, it's always good to see you. Meyer, it's always good to see you, brother. Hang out. Auntie G, I love you. Coco, Lorraine V, dropping them bars like what? Diamond, you always shining bright. And Jacqueline, thank you for hanging out. Alright. Family, did y'all learn something today about this vert life? You know, was that like helpful? Hopefully y'all did. You know? Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. So, y'all know how it goes. You know, if you desire to help me to continue with this and other Clubhouse expressions like that, boom, look at the info in my bio. And other than that, let's open up our microphones. I'm trying to see how y'all doing before we get out of here. Let's go, fam. We're going to have a good day today.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, have a great day, everyone.
Yes,
love
yes.
y'all.
Much love.
Yes, I get up out of this bed now.
Right.
I'm still in bed, too.
I wish I had so much to do.
How was the anniversary yesterday?
Oh, it was great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Once again, brother, happy anniversary. Yes,
Thank you.
My grandparents celebrated together. They both passed away last year. Less than 30 days. And they've been together over 50 something years, and so wow. Yeah, so he couldn't live without her. And so when she transitioned on February the 11th, he actually passed away like March something, like less than 30 days. But he told us, he said, I'm not without her.
That's soulmates right there. That's pure love.
Right.
Yeah, I put that in my story. Her telling him when she had the stroke and when she actually was able to speak again, she was like, I love you, black man. So I just thought that was like a powerful moment. Yeah, so I had it wasn't too sad yesterday, but I, just was reflecting on them and their love. And actually, I don't remember when, but one of my visits, my grandmother gave me one of her wedding rings, and so I still have that, and they're together up in New Jersey, and they're together. So just happy moment though. Not sad, just to appreciate that I actually got to witness their demonstration of love in this earth, and cool, kind of cool. But they celebrated yesterday as well. Well, we celebrated for them, brother.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that reflection and that reflective moment that you had. I feel you when you say like it wasn't too sad. It was just deeply reflective, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. A life well lived, lives well lived.
The weirdest thing happened though, Aaron. When there were certain things that they kept for me. One of the saddest things that I realized is that someone took all of her photo albums. My grandmother was known for taking pictures of everybody. And I don't know who have them, but I don't have any baby pictures. And so I was very disappointed when I got to Baltimore to pick them up and realized that there was not one baby picture of myself or my brothers in there. And I was just like, wow. However, they did know that I wanted a hat, so I got one of her little church hats. And she had, she was that lady, that Avon lady, in a sense where she had that powder box.
Right.
And yesterday, or the day before, I went to go in my bathroom and I did something with the powder box, and her scent came out of that powder box.
Wow.
Blew me away. I said, wow. OMG, did I just smell my grandma?
Wow.
Like,
wow.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's
her,
powerful.
Like, they made sure they gave me that box, but that was one of my favorite things as a little girl, having her to powder me down when I got out the shower. She would make you just get there and you be powder all up to your cheek and powdered all over, but clean.
I remember the baby powder.
Oh yeah.
And
so you know the little box that the grandmas had,
right?
It had like a little a powder mitt to it, and you just kind of powder. Well, my grandmama would powder your whole face. You go to church looking like somebody smacked you with powder or something. She had you powdered all the way up to your neck. So
right.
That's the smell I said. That you know that was one of the key things that my dad. I said her scent is still there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's a deep connection. I can imagine experientially how that felt, especially because, you know, everything you just said about that powder story, it just represents love. It represents so much nurturing and love, you know? Grandma just it's nothing like a good grandmother. It's nothing like the love and the nurturing of a good grandmother.
That's why I love what Diamond is doing, right, with our season seniors, right? That's what I call the season. Man, it's just amazing to hear their stories and to hear them talk and, you know, just be with them. Like, for those who don't appreciate their grandmothers, I get upset about that. Because I'm like, you know what? My grandmama would, when it's cold outside, I'd be looking for a pot of beans somewhere. Because I know my grandmama going to make some pot of beans. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I miss those moments. But no regrets, you know. I'm learning to just honor the time that I did have with my grandparents on my mom and my dad's side, and just say thank you, like just wholeheartedly, like just thank you.
Just thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I want to thank you all together. I want to honor this time as well, or in my honoring of this time. I'm so honored by the time that we spend together. So honored, and I'm honored to make note of it, which is why I love that you highlighted that and even just let me into that thought. Family.
Yeah, I spend with y'all more than anything.
Right.
I spend more time with y'all on the phone than I spend with anybody. They gotta get their time in.
Right.
My family told me a couple of times, like, well, how long you gonna be on that Clubhouse? They spend the whole trip. Like, you've been here a long time. I'm like, listen, I'm committed to being a part of the morning show. I'm committed to doing my rooms. I'm committed to, you know, being a part of different rooms, and, you know, that my tribe is in. And so this thing right here is amazing. Like, seriously, hands down, it has really given me peace and spark back into my business, but peace of mind. Like, you know, because I was getting bored. I needed something to spark me again. And then there comes Clubhouse. And then I meet people from all over, and then I physically meet them. And I feel like I know y'all now. Like, I feel like y'all are family. Y'all my folks, and it's just been amazing, man. I can't even really, I try to put it in words, but my heart.
That's what I was going to say.
Like, yes,
words can't really express it.
Yeah.
And I feel you so deeply. What I learned, and I said it here early on, it's probably one of the first things I said when you were in experience with me, LT, and it was like, I said, you know, sometimes your family is your DNA, but it's not always your tribe. I'm sorry, your family is your DNA, but not always your tribe. And that's something that once I came to that place of acceptance in my life, then everything was all right, because then from there, my actions, all consciously and subconsciously, were going in the direction of exactly what we're standing in the midst of right now. And in other places in my life, even outside of this environment, it mirrors that. And so that's why I understand what you're saying, because I look at a person's family really now as their tribe, because it's all about the characteristics. And when you got people that really have your back, first of all, people that really understand you, that's the first thing. People that actually understand you, and you don't have to try your damnedest to just put it in so many different ways or do so many different things. Like, they just get you. You don't even have to say a word. And when you do say words, it just confirms it even more. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, a place where you can be yourself, and that's acceptable, where you accepting yourself is acceptable to others. And then when you got people that actually have your interests in mind, your best interests in mind, and where their first interest is first finding out what you're interested in, and then that's what they support or care about. Like, it just, and I can go on and on and on, but that's why, yeah, this is your fam. This is your fam. This is my fam. This is your fam. This is everybody here. And that's why I'm excited, because I'm about to release this email, and y'all gonna start seeing some more family with people that you don't know that's about to start popping up in here. All the same vibration.
What email?
I'm about to send an email out to my 10,000 person email list. Yep, my 10,000. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
What I'm really resonating with anticipation of a gift, the anticipation you feel when you share a gift for someone that you know is going to like it.
Right.
And I know you feel that anticipation.
That's how I feel.
I'm resonating with it because, one, my birthday's coming up. My husband keeps looking at me like he's crazy because he's got a secret present. And every time he looks at me, he thinks of it, and he gets excited. You can see it in his face because he can't really keep a secret half decent. And that in itself is a gift to see his little face.
Right.
And then, I just finished placing an order through Auntie Gina for gifts for two loved ones, and I know they're going to be so excited.
Yes.
And you know, me sharing my creative gifts, I realized, I need to lean into that feeling. I don't know who will be that person for whom my expression is a gift. I don't like.
You never have to worry about it.
Fearful about.
Yep. You never have to worry about it.
I don't know who that person is going to be, but somebody is going to be happy to receive that gift, and I should lean into that anticipation rather than think of all the other people. Just think about that person who you don't know, but you know, that's their cup of tea. So that's what I learned in the last 5 minutes.
100%. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. Hey, Aaron.
It's your birthday, Dahlia.
Yes.
The 2nd.
My grandson's is actually Saturday. He will be 5. Another Aquarius.
That's so sweet. And yes, Dalia, you are very, very welcome. And you really just said something powerful there, especially at the end.
That's my sister's birthday, by the way.
Oh, wow.
On a good day.
The 30th.
Nice. Yeah, you just said something powerful, and I want to reiterate it to you. I never, ever, from my first video that I did in 2008, when I was just here, and this wasn't my career to be myself. It was in a way, but I was a musician then, and I was only a musician then, and so being a live musician was my career. So in a deep way, I was definitely being myself. But when it came to the very first video that I put on YouTube, and then the over 5, 6, 7,000 videos since, and countless articles and countless writings, countless everything, I have not one time ever worried about who my content wasn't for. Never, Dalia, ever. Because it will never actually matter. And what I'm excited about is the only way you can know that is that you have to do something to get into the flow of that. And that's what you just did in what you're doing now in these steps that you've been taking, not only with the writings that we just talked about, but even the way you show up here every day, and just from a verbal standpoint, from a relating standpoint, you open, in that way. But you've already done it. So as you do that, what you're going to notice, like you notice now, you have not had any negative judgment coming from any person in this room at all. Only positive reinforcement. Only people who see you, who truly see you, and who you're completely safe with, and are here to not only guide you, but pull you up from the rear and support you and hold you up on each side. And so that's the only people that you ever want to keep in mind. Those people that you resonate with and that your light resonates with. Don't ever. And even when you do think about those people, because you will think about, like, oh man, people might say this, or you're going to think about that. Just remember my voice. And that's it. And just keep on going with that, because I'm going to tell you, what happened for me is, and what will happen for you, and this is everybody here, when you finally do allow yourself to let go a little bit and move forward, then that's the thing that pulls you forward past that. Because then you notice the people that it's for, it changes their life. And then you're like, well, goddamn, okay, well, let me do that again. And that's the only thing that's needed. Only thing that's needed.
Aaron, you know what song plays in my mind?
What's that?
When, you know, I don't even think about people not liking me because I don't care. That's their problem.
There you go.
But because I'm good people to like, you know, so whatever.
Right. If you don't like me, that's something wrong with you.
You know, you're lost. But I think about that Eminem song. I just don't give a
right.
That song. That's what I play in my head. I'm dead serious.
I love it. OMG, I love it. So yeah, this is what I love about this family, because Delia, Auntie Gina, LT, Coco, T, Meyer, and me, we will always have this because this is who we are. And so on that tip, as we go from near to far and going about our lives and going about our days, until tomorrow, I love you all with all my heart, and it's always so good to be a part of this family and to be leading this family in that way. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, productive day today.
Love y'all and have a great, great day.
Yes, yes.
Love y'all. Have a great day.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes, yes.
Auntie Dana,
Yes.
message me.
Oh, I don't have your. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, all right. Bye.
Hey, Avon.
Yes, yes.
We shall follow up and check.
100.
Had our weekly chat.
I know, right? I need to call you today. I'm gonna holler at you in a few if you're available.
Man, you always say that. You always say that. Then I'm gonna put it out for like 2 hours because that's how long you got to wait.
Right. Now you know what? I would have actually hit you back the other day. I was like, LT, you available? And I was like, I was like, yeah, I probably caught it at a bad time.
Yeah, you would be like, I'm gonna call you in like 2 minutes.
It'd be 2 hours.
It's been an hour. Oh, my bad.
I know I'm terrible with that. I'm so terrible with that. OMG. I'll see y'all shortly. Much love, everybody. Take care now. Peace. Peace, Facebook family and YouTube and everybody else who's hanging out and who came through. Hope that you got something out of this. I know you probably did. Of course, drop a line. Let me know what that is. And join me tomorrow. Join me, LT, and the rest of the accountability family. Every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30 at least. Except for when we go over time like this. For good laughs, great conversations, and even greater affirmations. All just to wake your ass up and to help you on your way to an amazing and productive day. So on that tip, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.